That was the problem. I'm testing stuff out here, so forgive me if I'm forgetting to press certain buttons and whatnot. But hey, I'm here. I'm live. Hello, Jay. Hello, everybody. But I needed to press the start broadcast part because we weren't even on YouTube. I was just fiddling around with this thing. My good lord. Why, oh, why? My life is a living hell. All because YouTube had to remove Google Hangout. Curse you, YouTube! Curse you! But hopefully everybody's doing okay. If anybody is here, and hopefully, okay, yeah, I am live. Okay, awesome. I am live. People are watching. That's good. People get to see my wonderful face, which is probably something that they didn't want to see, but you know, that's how can I hijack live streams now? You can't, Jay. It is not possible anymore. Joan, that is rude. And I'm not going to read that. If you're going to behave in that manner, I'm not going to read it. You're still a side bitch. I should probably let everybody on Twitter. Oh, that was dumb of me. Why did I get rid of the YouTube page? How am I going to share it if I take it off? Leave the YouTube page like an idiot. Oh, but hey, we found at least thanks to the team of Sporkman Goes to Japan. Now we have a excuse me, a replacement for Hangout. I'm sorry. It's terrible. Complete trash. I'm very sorry. Hey, cleaning up your drawing? Awesome, man. Awesome. Wait, what am I doing? Could just click the share button. That's not true, Jay. You can still hijack my streams, my buddy, my friend.
Astros have the lead moving on to the top of the fourth inning. So receive your very own Edgar Martinez Drive replica street sign on Sunday, August 11th. The Mariners host the Rays for 40,000 fans to drive home with the piece of Mariners and Seattle history.
Yeah, there is a way to let you hijack. Oh, your baby sister drew on it? Oh, no. That's terrible. That's terrible. But basically, I'm going to test everything out. Just shared this. Don't tell them Jay was here because I wanted people to show up. Well, you got a point. F off, Eric. If anybody's free, I might try and invite some people. Wolf needs better makeup. Oh, if you're not, yeah, you might notice that there's a bit of white residue on me. That was suntan lotion. I went outside today. You know, it's a new and exciting adventure for everybody. I went outside. Why are you so mean, Jay? That's because he's Irish. That's why. Irishes are mean people. They're mean, angry people. And they drink a lot. At least that's what I'm told.
I was really surprised. I don't know if Sanchez, as we documented, has had a really tough year this year.
But yeah, there's probably like white residue on my face and suntan lotion. White residue? Don't you dare start, Rabbit. Don't you dare start. Don't you dare. I wonder. This is what I get for putting webcam on. That's what I get, right? People making fun of me? Is this how it's going to be? Huh? You know, I grace you with my presence, and this is what I get. So much disrespect. I'm insulted. I'm cutting the stream off. I'm stopping it now. No, I'm kidding. I don't care. Make your jokes. Ha ha, hee hee, ho ho. Very funny. Get new material. Rabbit's the only person I'm nice to. Yeah, I know. I walked into it. That's on me. England team gets it worse. Those Jay and England team are just are like a perfect comedy duo of insults, and I love to watch that happen. I should probably test the invite feature. Who is free right now? And I will send an invite. Because I need to test all these features out because I'm going to be dealing with, or I should be streaming tomorrow. I know Tillium is coming, but also that's a secret. I'm not going to say who else. Oh, Joan, you're free? Okay. So let me see this. Invite. So copy. Now I gotta find Joan. Okay, we're gonna test that out. I would join if I could, but construction. Yeah, I know, man. You're dealing with a lot of construction nonsense right now. So, how does Livestream work now since Hangout is dead? Basically, you're gonna. There's something on my screen. It's bugging the crap out of me. Basically, what's gonna happen now is you have to. Probably you could use like OBS. We need that ASMR construction noise, Rabbit. But basically, from what I understand of it, you have to basically you could use OBS to record from Discord if Hangout, things like this is what you're doing. You can use OBS with Discord or OBS with something like Skype or maybe whatever other type of, you know, video cams type service you have, whatever the case may be. This place that I'm using right now, which is StreamYard, that seems to be probably the best option because it's a browser that's it's basically like Google Hangout, but howdy, the real comic book stack. How you doing, buddy? Discord, always good shadow. Yep. But basically, StreamYard seems to be probably the easiest to learn and use. Especially if you're someone who liked the format for Google Hangout and whatnot, I think this one will probably be your best bet. If you don't want to go through the pain and anguish of trying to figure out OBS. Welcome, new blood. You should have gotten the link. I sent it to you on Twitter, man. At least I could have swore I did. Oh, wait. Or did I not click OK? What the? That's weird. Hold on. Dalton's here. Okay, this is copied to my clipboard now. And the silver screens of LA. The secret belief that every fiber that built hails from industry and us. Let's turn the promise of technology into digital progress. I wonder, does it not work if people don't have StreamYard, though? That's weird. Instructions for guests. Maybe this will help us out here.
This Sunday, August 4th, don't miss it. By the Museum of Flight. There's a destination code.
Okay, so I'm going to go over guest instructions because that's how this will probably work. Congratulations, you've been invited to join StreamYard Broadcast as a guest. Follow this guide, and you'll be setting yourself up to win. Make sure you have the following: a laptop or desktop with a webcam and mic. Okay. A recent version of Chrome or Firefox, a strong internet connection, just like Skype. You must have strong internet connection for it to work well. We recommend wearing earbuds or headphones to prevent audio echoes. Okay. If you don't have a laptop or desktop, then you can join on your phone, but the experience is usually best on a laptop or desktop on Android. We recommend the Chrome browser and iOS. You must use Safari. When the time comes, follow these steps to enter the broadcast studio. 1, the host should provide you with a link before the show. Oh, so it's before the show. Click the link and you'll be taken to their broadcast studio. Allow StreamYard to access your camera and microphone. Make sure you have the correct camera and mic selected. Click the settings button to check. 4, enter display name. Use your actual name or the name of your brand. And enter the studio. Okay, so maybe the problem is that you can't do it once it's live. Hey, did you play the Gundam game for mobile yet? I keep crashing in tutorial. Yes, I have, and it works fine on my phone. I have a really strong phone, so. So regarding streaming then, yeah, probably. What are your thoughts on Three Houses from what you've seen so far? I haven't even seen a lot of gameplay and whatnot from the game. I've been... OBS is really good. I would use OBS more, but my computer is incredibly old, so using OBS is tricky. Otherwise, I'd be using it a lot more. As for Three Houses, I haven't seen very much of anything. I've been trying to avoid spoilers and whatnot. I may end up watching somebody play the game anyway, but for now I'm just kind of middling on it and not doing anything about it. But from what I've seen, it looks really good, so I have nothing. Oh, there he is. Can I unmute your mic? Can't unmute your guests because they choose to mute themselves. Ah, okay. All right, so he has to unmute himself in order once he's set up. But as for Gundam, the mobile Gundam game, Gunpla Warfare, the problem is that you need a Streamlab app. I don't know, Joe. I don't know. You seem to be here. You just need to unmute yourself. You need to let StreamYard get access to your microphone. But I think Joan had a similar problem with the game. The game crashed on him too. But it works fine on my device because mine's pretty new. But I will say this, it heats up a lot. So it could have to do with the settings. If I play it for an extended amount of time, even my phone starts to heat up. So I don't know. It could just be devices. You should before you download an app, you should probably check the specs and make sure that your device can run it. That would be my advice. I will ban your ass if you carry on bullying me. Everyone knows you are comics' biggest fan. How the blue hell did you get a blue wrench? Because he is king. Yeah, pretty much. That's why. He's a king. That's why. The king is happy. Good slave. Joan, have you unmuted yourself? What's going on? Let me know, man. Fill me in on the details. Maybe I can help. Maybe. I don't know. This stuff's new to me too. But if I need to invite somebody else on and see if it works for, something else. Oh, wait. How do I add you? That's an interesting conundrum. He says that I need to add him. I invite. Oh, I found it. There we go. Okay, you're added. You happy now? There we go. We try it out. And we can have several different formats, guys. Look at that. Woo! Oh, no. Not that. Okay, now you need to unmute yourself. Because I can't do that. You have to do that. Find the GB mobile game on the Play Store. I guess that guarantee means my phone can't handle it. Yeah, probably. If you can't find it on the store, it's a definite. Hey, Joan, how you doing?
Yeah, to watch the stream on a separate device as I'm on mobile.
Yeah, that's fine. So long as it works, that's the important part. That was the trick that I was trying to understand, to make sure that everything is working correctly. And I do appreciate that.
Well, it is right now. So.
Huh? Well, at least now I know how to invite people, so that works. I wonder. Rabbit, are you free right now? Maybe I can invite you. We can get you past YouTube's bum bull crap. I know you're in construction, but nah, I'm just kidding. I don't know how loud the construction is over at your place. It could be a mess, for all I know. I know, I'm short-term memory. I'm tired, okay? I've had a long time. Long days, long days, and I wasn't feeling well for most of it, so. But hey, we're here now, so that's the important part. Oh, what happened? It's in private chat now. Delay, can't hear you on the phone. Oh no. That's a problem. That's going to be a real problem if I can't chat with certain people. Especially with people who are on mobile, because I know that Joan and Dalton use that a lot. Dalton, are you still here? Maybe we could test this with you too, just to make sure I'm not crazy. But I don't know if he's here or not.
Thank you, Jim. JP Crawford leads it off with the ball one from Aaron Sanchez. Might be the pitch count total. He is hardly work with the selections that first inning. Again, pretty command overall.
Yeah, this is just chill.
He's mixed it up. Fastball, for the most part, has been around 92 miles an hour. I think like a two-seamer that got away from it.
It's like I had a force in the house. Bring back Google Hangout. I did like using Google Hangout. It's a lot more convenient because you just set up your stream and then you're off to the races. It's very weird that I'm lagging.
It's got 8 more two-seam fastballs than I would have guessed.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool too. I see you. I see you, Joan. Yeah. Might be better to have a normal, laptop or something. but there might be delay and lag for other reasons too. So
Going into next year.
I don't know.
Verlander and Greinke.
This was just a test. A test of the emergency broadcasting system. This is only a test. What can we talk about though? I was thinking I might stream games tonight, but because I have to learn this and I need to edit some videos and whatnot, I decided that maybe might be a better idea to do something else today. Something a bit more chill and relaxed. Yeah. You can duck out if you want, Joan. My feelings won't be hurt. We'll just have to figure it out another time.
And I think that they had Greinke. I think you're right.
Let's see. What is going on in the world today that we can talk about?
Healthy next year coming up with Tommy John. There might be some tackles.
The keyboard I got yesterday is really good. Comfortable, quiet, and very durable. Yeah, I saw pictures of it lighting up and whatnot. That was awesome. But that Godzilla anime, though. I need to watch that. That's something I haven't gotten a chance to watch yet. I need to do that. It's like top of my not top priority, but something that I should put on my priority. Yeah, that's Jones mentioning that OBS seems like a better option. Yeah, but you can get donations from here. Yeah, that's kind of the. This is temporary until I can figure stuff out. But I don't have a computer strong enough to handle running OBS for streams. It would seem it's either that or I need somebody to hop on or guide me through making it so that it could work, at least for like a chat stream and whatnot. But I'm not sure if my system can handle it. It's called Red Dragon K502 RGB gaming keyboard, Jay. But does it light up? Yes, it does actually. I saw it. It has all these little lights and stuff. Looks cool. Wish I could afford that. Yeah, I know. Donating to like streams and whatnot is a very common thing.
I was cured and left those gals behind.
But right now, you know, it's one of those things. Oh, there's so many other options over here. Oh, but you have to upgrade. Yeah, pay the money. Got it for $23.99 on Amazon. That is a good price. I thought that something like that would cost you a small fortune. At least about $80, probably a little bit higher than that. But hey, it's cheap. It's affordable. That's cool. Da 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 da. We're just relaxing. Yeah, there we go. Now Jay can see it. What does Jay do? What is Oz Chris doing now? Peg and the Russo brothers are the J.K. Rowling of the MCU, adding random facts months or years after the product has been released instead of showing it in said product. Sad but true. Sad but true. Actually, that's another thing I should probably test. I should probably test screen share and see how that works out. Add to Chrome. What? Do I just have to add it to Chrome? Oh, it's a screen sharing extension. Okay. Might as well do that now. Yep. I had the extension. Did it work? What are we doing?
We talked about how hot he has been. Last 12 games batting .478. In the back half of June, he was hitting .235.
Okay.
.303. And is now halfway to 3,000 hits.
Turn on. So, I don't know if I'm sharing my screen or not at this point. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine, Joan. You can stay in, even if you're not, chatting or talking. I don't think I can go back to a triple monitor setup because this monitor can split screen.
They didn't check this one, but Altuve was walking back to the dugout. The only one that I think was able to check this one was the first base umpire. Scott Service was not happy about it, the double.
Let's see. Oh, okay. So I have to probably click it again. Screen share. Application. Your entire screen. Yeah.
Back to it. Here it is. And without front home plate by the way, he's already walking to the dugout.
Okay, yeah, I'm sharing the screen now, I guess. Don't know what that looks like. Oh, there it is. Oh, cool. That's cool. What happens if I do this? Well, I can't see anything. So... I got contacted by YouTube support on email and found out what was happening to my channel. Apparently, because of YouTube changing to a new system, they're processing every video on the site. Ooh. Well, that would explain a lot, wouldn't it? It would explain what happened. So the reprocessing is done. Video should go back to normal. Awesome. Great. Glad to hear it. Tell me, can you guys... Oh, actually, hold on. Oh, no, not that. Can everybody see what I'm doing here? I'm trying to figure out a way to figure stuff out. Okay, yeah. All right. Now I know it works. Good. This works pretty well, I would say. It's not perfect. Oh. We'll stop screen sharing for now. We don't need to do that. No, Joan, don't stop. At least it gave someone else to look at on the monitor. You like watching people draw. Damn near had a heart attack when I thought all 900 plus of my videos were broken. Yeah, I'd freak out too. Well, just so long as the content is tasteful. No lewd stuff on the channel, please. And thank you. I'm honestly asking this. Do you assume that the ball will be different? But hey, we're seeing drawings and whatnot, so that works out. Huh. Well, that means that other people can share their screens and what's going on. Awesome. A lot of good testing stuff going on here. From a picture standpoint, this is good stuff. Good stuff, guys. Good stuff. I'm kind of... The average ERA for a starter is a 4.71 in the American League, yes. This is an example of a banner. I would say... Oh. Create a banner. The purple one, exactly. What we're talking about, I don't see any change for it. All right, there. Top of the training wall. That's the hold to a single because of that hustle from J.C. Crawford, and that bounce right to him.
ball and also just being aware. So many times the ball goes down the line as a shortstop, you just want to start jogging out the left field if you need to be cut off man. But he was
See what that? Yeah, look at that. That's cool. Spiffy. Actually, my stream looks better now. Oh, shut up, Rabbit. Just shut up. Stop it. Do you want to get banned? No. You want to get me banned off YouTube? You asshole. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna go talk to England team real quick and let them know that I'm live, because maybe if I let them know, I can invite some of them. We can test some more stuff out.
Well, I was just thinking, other things, regardless of what you believe or what you're thinking, you still have to prepare for the way the game is played today, and that is launch angle, velocity. And those two things end up in the middle of the plate. I don't care what you're using in the game.
There.
Marco had 1 and 2.
I'll let them know at least. Probably should have started with that. How does... Oh, not that crap again. Rabbit, how many times have I told you? Get better material. I will never ban Rabbit. He can do no wrong in my eyes. I thought I was watching Bob Ross for a second. Yeah, I know. Fantastic stuff, isn't it? We just draw happy little trees. Rabbit. What am I going to do with you? What am I going to do with you, man? I don't know. But yeah, I'm hoping to plan a stream tomorrow. I should be having Tellium on and a special guest, but I'm not going to say who the special guest is because that's a secret. I'm not going to tell you guys who it is yet. Gotta beat the devil out of it.
So hard for executives to try to make those decisions. Now it's a level playing field.
Yeah. Yeah. I tried to contact the person, but I don't know unless they change their plans. If that happened, well, you know, things could go downhill in a sense. But I was after my last stream where I complained once again about Comicsgate nonsense and whatnot. I was actually surprised about the support that I got. Actually, that was actually good to see for once. A lot of other people started to follow me again, you know, spreading good vibes and whatnot, which I greatly appreciated because it's like, I'm going to catch so much flack for this again. I'm so positive on that one. I caught some flack during the stream too, so I was expecting. It's like, oh no, 3 people disliked my video. I was like, oh well, too bad, so sad. Get over it, I guess. But at least, you know, we got, you know, some form of people, you know, I lost my train of thought. You know, a lot of people being super friendly and helpful, which was very nice. You know, getting creators who had been affected by some of the nonsense and the backstabbing and whatnot was very good to hear, because I wish that they would have came forward a lot sooner. But they probably didn't because of certain reasons. Maybe they didn't want to drag others down with them. But I would have appreciated it if some of them would have reached out. But probably because they didn't know who I was, or that they knew very little about me. They weren't sure if they could trust me, or whatever the case may be. You know, it's understandable stuff. But at least, people started talking. So that's the important part, right?
Bregman at third, Alvarez at first. Very good pitch. Tied him up, late swing. Looking on the late once he hit it.
Yeah, and these people,
Matt Whistler.
what the hell's going on? And who is giving you grief, Nightwolf? Who do I gotta go, Mama Panther on? Who should we punish in chat?
Another 2-2 for Mongo. Box him up.
No, everybody's being good. Rabbit's being a little bit foul-mouthed, but, I'll allow it. I'll let his dirty mind wander where it may.
Runners in the corners, 2 away. Up today's
Did autocorrect change your response, Jay?
the Reds set a major league record with 16 first inning hits against these Astros.
Well, that's super nice.
18-2.
I clearly have to work harder. Well, you haven't said much, Eric. What am I supposed to do with that? You don't give me any material to give issue with. You've been quiet most of the stream. It's Jay and Rabbit mainly doing the one talking. You got 7 people here, and you're barely saying anything. How am I supposed to punish you? How's Maranya supposed to punish you? I love this keyboard. Yeah, just don't marry it. That's all I have to say about that. The one thing that I'm a little bit, I know the one thing with this with StreamYard is that we're only allowed to have 5 people on at a time. Shinobi Raccoon is here. Hello, sir. How are you? But yeah, we're only allowed to have 5 at a time, so I threatened to ban me. He's being a malevolent king. Damn Skippy he is. Punish Jay with no cookies. No, we can't do that. Jay is the king. We can't do that. Oh, everybody gets cookies. Fantastic. But that's cool. Yeah, we're limited to 5, so that's interesting. Although, to be honest, I actually appreciate that a bit more because I don't like it when there's so many people that there's not enough room for everybody to talk. And also, the more people you have, the more talking goes on and the longer things go. Maranya is awesome. Yes, she is. She is a matriarch for a reason. Can't marry my keyboard. It'd break Miles' heart. He already thinks that Tamamo is his mom because he's seen me kicking at her next to Link. Well, at least he's got a good mom and a good dad, I guess. Although a rabbit and a fox together is a very weird marriage. I don't know how you're going to explain that to him when he's all grown up. Hey, Jay, no. 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 Shinobi Raccoon is not a side bitch. You take that back. You take that back, sir. Right now. I demand an apology. I demand it now. The lord of this castle now demands an apology. Yeah, I know his rabbit's comment got autocorrected too. As for too many people on a panel, we're looking at you, England. What do you mean, no? No! Just no, Jay. He's not a side bitch. Take that back. Take it back. Shinobi's on here more than you are. You're the side bitch in this scenario. I will teabag you. Well, you'll have to come and visit me sometime. Oh, it's your original character. Ooh, that's cool. Awesome, awesome. Cool. That's what Joan has been drawing. Yeah, don't mess with the raccoon. Don't mess with me. Don't test me. Yeah, of course, I know. You don't care. You mess with everybody, I know. Da, 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 da. Yeah, I was just testing stuff out, and it would be. Hey, Samurai Raccoon, are you free right now? I can send you a link to the stream and see what happens. Because I need somebody with a computer to test this stuff out. Low key rates. I know that, what was it? At some point, I cannot read that. The picture's too small. Wait, hold on. Maybe I can. Nope, that doesn't work. No. The screen is a lot smaller now. Okay, it's fine. I cannot. I'm sorry I can't read it, man. I wish I could, but considering you have the camera vertical, it's hard to read. Pictures not as big. No naughty. No naughty butts for stream. Yes, that's preferred. We only do tasteful stuff here. This is a Christian server. No. Speaking of raccoons, I got to meet up with the owner of that raccoon I had my picture with. Those creatures are friendlier than I imagined. It literally reached out and whimpered for me to pick it up. Oh, that's so sweet. Click on his white box. Yep, there we go. I should have done that. Thank you, Maranya. Now we know. I'm an idiot. I'm just a dumb idiot on the internet. But yeah, people apparently. Well, I saw some people giving shit to Edwin Boyette again for some reason. Just for him posting like really old, traditionally painted pictures of. I'm trying to remember like the type. I don't know the artist, but it was like super old type of art, and it's beautiful artwork. It's like really like high talented good stuff, and people trying to start a fight with him. And I'm like, are you serious? Are you kidding me? Yeah, it was a little close to the nether regions, wasn't it? But that's what happens when you zoom in and someone's working on the lower half of somebody's body when they're drawing. It's bound to happen. I will say I like this setup actually quite a bit. I think I would prefer to have something like. I know, Samurai Raccoon. He's been at Target for weeks now, and it's childish, it's juvenile, it's stupid, and I'd really appreciate it if people would just shut the hell up. No kidding, Jay. No kidding. You're saying what everybody else is thinking. Irish Gate. I do like the way it's set up. I mean, I get to pick everything from like how the screen is laid out from these options down here. We get to have this nice little kind of very simple banner, but it's a decent banner nonetheless. Kind of adds a bit of flair to the show, which I appreciate. Of course, you have to pay to get other stuff. Like you can get stuff like put your brand near where that duck thing is, but that's like $300. Not paying that much money for something like this. It's fine as it is. But I don't know. If I could stream from OBS and just set up everything else through that, I'd just do it that way. It'd just be a hell of a lot easier. Wolfgate. Yeah, there's a Wolfgate. Only real wolves allowed. 300. At least that's what I've heard. I don't know if that's. Yeah, I just changed the banner. That's what we have down here. There's the Wolves Howl Live thing. I don't know what else. Is there a way to like upload a banner maybe? I don't see anything that allows for an upload for a banner. Yeah, I don't really see anything like that, but it'd be cool if there was. That would be awesome. But for now, this works. This works. It's got a pretty nice layout. It's super easy to use. So if people like Englentine or anyone else want to keep doing their streams and whatnot, like Comic Book Thunderdome and whatnot, this is probably your best bet. One downside is if you don't have webcam, it seems to be a it doesn't allow you to have like your icon image on there for some reason. I don't know why. It's a little weird. But you know, take what you can get. It works for what it is, at least, and that's what counts. Yeah, people are giving people crap for no reason. Of course, I know who the culprits are. It's obviously it's War Campaign. They just don't stop. They don't get it. They don't understand that they're done. And more than once, I've had to ask Good Dog Press because their art streams did change it. Oh, interesting. It's like you give all these people crap. I mean, they're giving people like Edwin and John Del Rose crap because basically what they've been saying is that, you know, asking for your customers to be well behaved on top of you being well behaved as a professional is asking too much. Like, if I own a shop and someone throws a tantrum in my shop and they're a customer, I'm kicking them out. It's just that simple. It's not that complicated. There's a measure of decorum for both sides. It's a two-way street. Now, when you're a customer, you have to be a little bit nicer, or well, you can be upset, and then maybe you can ask for better service. You know, it's totally a legitimate complaint, especially if the company is not delivering on the service they promise. It's understandable. I can respect that, but at the same time, if you're a jerk or a dick about it, it's not okay. It's not all right. You're giving an employee or a company crap for something that they could work on. Oh, got another message here. What do I think? I think it looks good. Looks good from what I can see. Looks pretty dope. I'm glad people only consider me an honorary member. Means that I didn't have to join. Yeah, so I could back out immediately, seeing as how I didn't care for any gate. Yeah. It's irritating because there's so many creators that got freaking shit on for over a year. Aw, that's adorable. Yeah.
He talked to Tim Laker about Sanchez and what the Mariners were expecting, and this sounds like that is going according to plan.
You're too busy taking on bigger fish. Yeah, I'd love to see those assholes go in a ring and last maybe about one round with Jay. I'm counting on Jay winning that fight. Yeah, drama-free life is. I'm not even upset about it, really. The only reason why I'm mentioning it is because it's sad. I'm laughing about how pathetic these people are. It's like you want to keep on trying to dig this hole. And what's even worse is that Ethan's fallen into the same traps as well. He's fallen into the same trap of being no different than the SJW creators who threw him under the bus and said he was a Nazi. When you go after someone like Doug TenNapel and say he's transphobic or whatever, anti-LGBT, which is exactly what War Campaign and Ethan are doing, it's like you guys are no better than them. You're the same people. The only difference is you vote differently. And you can go screw off. Yeah, they aren't just throwing tantrums; they're out of control. Like those videos where SJWs go to a store and flip out, calling the store owner racist and homophobic. Yeah, it's the same thing. It's exactly the same thing. I've seen Dragon Ball fans display more maturity. Ouch! And they are not an easy crowd to get along with. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Joan is turning off the camera for now because they're working on the upper body part, and I'm assuming there are naughty bits, apparently. I don't know. Anyway, cool. But yeah, because that was the thing, like when after my stream happened, and I think I was responding to Timothy Lim or somebody, I can't remember who, or it was like a thread with Tim and John De La Rose, and you know, and they're creators. I don't care about their politics. I don't care if they're right. I don't care if you're left. If you can provide me with a fun product to enjoy, I'll be there with bells on. You know, it's just that simple. It's not complicated. You guys are starting Twitter wars and fights on the internet over books, comic books. And Ethan and everybody wants to talk about show me the redacted. No, I'm not. That's classified information. That's on a need-to-know basis. Try taking on D&D fans. Don't F with them. Yeah, I probably wouldn't. Yeah, it's a double standard, Maranya. You're absolutely correct. It's a double standard. And that's the reason why I'm so pissed off about it. It's why I'm mad at Ethan. It was one thing for him just to be an asshole. You know, that's one thing. You can deal with that. But him using double standard tactic, behaving the same as the people who threw him under the bus and called him a Nazi, and doing it to Doug, no wonder Doug doesn't like him. And probably the same reason why Mike S. Miller doesn't like Ethan as much anymore, and why they're leaving. I can't fault them for it. I understand why. If you're going to be treated that way in the community that you're supposed to be a part of, why would you want to be a part of it? I wouldn't. I don't want to be shit on for my beliefs or being shit on for who I am. Just no, stupid. You don't want to start a war with me? Yeah, no one wants to start a war with you, Jay. It would end badly. I don't even want to start a fight with you. Yeah, that was actually the thing that what Maranya's saying was, about, say what you will about Timothy Lim, how many books has he put out in a year while working a full-time job? Don't mess with the real Energizer Bunny. Damn Skippy. Don't mess with that man. And think about it. It's not just the books. And it's not just his full-time job. He's doing art on the side. He's making prints. He's doing trading cards. He's at conventions. The man is a freaking workhorse. And Ethan has the gall to bitch about Doug's work ethic because Doug called him out on his work ethic. And it's like, he's delivered on a book already. And his book is coming. His next book, Earthworm Jim, comes out in December. When was Cyberpunk supposed to come out? I think that was over a year ago. I believe so. Yeah. Screw you. One angry game. Is Billy D still going after you? Do I have to put the goddamn belt to him? Yeah. Oh my God, don't get me started. I've been so pissed off with how certain people reacted to or behaved toward Cummings. It's not even funny. And that's like, I'm not even that close to him. And I wouldn't even consider us friends. And I'm pissed about it. It's irritating. It's stupid. What's happening? Oh, nothing. I'm just randomly talking. I was initially, you know, testing stuff out. Now I'm just kind of just, you know. Yeah, I know. Cummings was hanging out with you, Jay, before he hung out with any of us. November 2018, I believe, was the original target date. Oh, my God. Oh. And how many books have come out since then? By people like Tim, John Delarose, Doug. I think even Mike's book's out now. Graveyard Shift. What else? Jawbreakers. Everybody. And here, the thing with Jawbreakers, I gave Diversity in Comics crap for being delayed and being late, but at least he provided a book at the end of the day, you know. And the reasons why his was delayed was more often than not because he didn't know what he was doing. And now that he knows what he's doing, I'm sure the process will be a lot easier now. Yeah, I know, Rabbit. You already won that argument. You don't even need to engage with that dumbass. Who is Cummings? Captain Cummings. He was part of Comicsgate. He was a part of the comic book community. Not so much anymore, but he was a good dude. He was very angry. He was the supervillain of the internet for a reason. If he makes bank, why isn't he on my level? An interesting question. Yeah, I saw Micah in particular, who has a chip on his shoulder over Cummings, you know, and he was like throwing him under the bus basically and making all these claims and whatnot and claiming the same stuff about John Delarose. And I believe John Delarose said that Cummings actually did try and get in contact with Mike Curtis via DM, but Mike never responded or something of that nature. And the thing is that Cummings can't defend himself per se. He can't set the record straight because he's not on Twitter anymore. So I don't know who to trust in this regard, but I can't trust Micah, that's for sure, if he's willing to lie about information. And he lied about it in his video, no less, earlier, like last week. So if he's lying, or if he's telling the truth, it shouldn't be a problem to, you know, show facts and information. But I don't know. It's the same thing with like Ethan and Doug. We don't know everything of the reasons why Doug is pissed, but I'm pretty sure there's a long list of the reasons why. And since it's kind of in bad form to share DMs in public, we may never know the full story. And Doug doesn't want to share. So it's normally frowned upon when someone does share it. That's the sad part. So he put notes to the grindstone and made sure that the book got out. He didn't do 3 or 3+ hours live stream a day, plus 3 plus 10, 20-minute videos every day. DNC put his butt in the seat and worked. Yeah, he did. That's the important thing, is he actually finished. He got his work done. We all know where he got it from, talking down to people, bragging about how much money he makes because of me. Yeah, that's clearly the reason why, Jay. And that's the part that, like, with Ethan's behavior, Micah, and others, it's like, we stood up for you. There's a lot of the commentary part of Comicsgate that stood up to you guys, and you feel, and it seems as though you're ready to just throw us under the bus. Not only did you throw other creators like Timothy Lim, Cummings, and others under the bus, but you're throwing us under the bus too. It's like, we backed you guys up when people called you names or when people called you racists and shit. And this is how you thank us. This is how you repay people. Micah Curtis is friends with War Campaign. And he has a book coming out, so he needs Comicsgate around so he can get it promoted and funded. I don't know if he's friends with those people or not. I can't speak to that. I know he says that he's friendly with them or that he's communicated with some of them. And I know that's the thing. Not all people within War Campaign or not all people. Who's the other guy in my chat? That would be Joan. Arts. They're not talking because there's a delay and they're on mobile. But we are just testing stuff out. But I know that he said he's friendly with members of War Campaign or has had good interactions with them. And that's the thing. There are some people, maybe there are some people within War Campaign or within Comicsgate that are still cool. There are within Comicsgate. I still hang out with Nerd Wonder. I still talk to Frugal. I'll talk to Douglas Ernst. I'll talk to anybody. So long as you're respectful and decent to me, I'll talk to anybody. I have no issues with that. But it's ridiculous to just ignore the bad behavior and just let it slide for so long. And that was the sad part. They let it go. They just let it happen for months and months and months to over a year. And that's what we got. Oh, I haven't even checked my chat. Oh, okay. How am I going to do this? I wasn't even paying attention. I was on a tirade, and I wasn't paying attention that I forgot that I was talking to Englentine. Where is Englentine? Well, find Mr. E. Where's Englentine in this? There he is. I found him. It's like near the bottom. I'm normally so busy with him talking on other streams and whatnot that okay. And I'll send one. Oh, there's Mr. E. I think I saw Mr. E wanted a link too, so there. Let's see what happens. We'll keep it. Drawing? Yeah, Sleeping Piranha. Joan is drawing. I talk to people who I know are good people, not fake ass efforts. Think they're bad in a group. Get Eon. I am. I'm working on it. So then what I hear you say is let's move the trade deadline. Okay. That's what I heard you say in your scenario the way it is right now. Okay, Englentine, we're waiting on you. And Mr. E. Maybe. I don't know. Let's move it. I actually give you more time. Let's split the difference. We had a mid-August deadline. And you got a wild card series of the best of 3. And the home run derby winner gets 2 million. Quickly, well, through that, continue to hit everything on the button. Pretty good hit down away from it. It's just a road that no one is trying to chest up on it. Well, hopefully everything is working. I don't know. Green room? What green room? I don't see anything. You're on in 5. We'll see what happens. No, they're just chatting. Maybe I'll just drop the link in here because no one's paying attention.
97.7 miles an hour. Makes you wonder if an official scorekeeper, now that more data is available, pitch by pitch, ball play by ball play, would take something like that into account.
We'll see what happens.
Why not?
There's a waiting list. Green room. Where is that on here? I don't see it.
Almost 100 miles an hour. Here's a glove.
Private chat. Nope.
Let's say what else Tuesday wants that.
Comments. Yeah, I don't see it. Who is my favorite hero and villain in comics? Let me think. Favorite hero is Spider-Man. Favorite villain, be probably pretty generic. Wait, no. Actually, Hobgoblin. Sorry. Hobgoblin is my favorite villain. Dr. Doom when he was villain. Also, Madman Mask. Yeah, I don't see any green room here. That's the part that I don't see. Maybe I'm missing something. Because Maranya is mentioning green room. But I don't know how to... Is it under settings? Nope. I don't see anything. Iron Man, also Wonder Man. And the Beast. Beast is cool. Beast is pretty awesome. Yeah, maybe everybody's just like kind of lost. Yeah, because everybody's just kind of just chatting. I can see Feisty's there too. Talking about moving out. Hope that everything gets better for her. She's good people. I don't see a list. I don't know where it would be. If there is a list, I don't see it. Yeah. Like, beta. I think they have to click the link and then it'll direct them to StreamYard, and then from there they have to follow prompts. Well, Maranya, that's great and all, but I don't know where it would be. That's the problem. I'm looking at everything, and I don't know where it is. Because it's not in any of these things. Or at least that I can see anyway. So I have no clue. No clue whatsoever. I know at some point, I said it the last stream that there were people who were interested in seeing some of my story ideas and whatnot. I'll probably do a stream about that later. Oh, cool, Joan. Yeah. Share the picture. I'm sure people will love to see it. Yeah, I sent a link. Hello? England team. Pay attention. YouTube mystery. Ew. Because I mean, when it came to Joan coming in, they showed up here on the screen with me, or in a little toolbar. You know what? It might be better if I just show it via screen share.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. Welcome to Grover.
Grover Electric and Plumbing, huh?
I'll show it to you guys so then you can know I'm not fibbing and whatnot. But as you can see, here we are. But yeah, when Joan came in, I can add them or remove them at any given point, you know. And as you can see, there's nothing else in the layout that specifies like a green room or anything, like a waiting room for people. I think the waiting room is this bar right down here. But they have to be in here in order for me to, you know, add them. At least now people know what I'm dealing with.
Featuring the latest in windshield repair and replacement technology. Certified technicians ensure quality and safety. Customer service guaranteed. Whether it's cars, trucks, RVs, or heavy equipment, our insurance claims experts will make any claim fast and easy.
Maybe they're planning their own stream or something. I'm not sure.
Since 2003, with 3 locations to serve you in Warrenton, Seaside, and Philemon.
You know, oh, you have a good night, Joan. I'll see you later. I'll remove you from the stream now. Save you the trouble. There you go. Thank you for sharing your art. That was very nice. Thank you. We appreciate it. It's interesting. The bar, like, if I'm down here, covers my face. I'm partially anonymous, guys. Oh, oops. Did I? Yeah, it's fine, Joan. You have a good night. You have a good night, sir. You have fun. You know, Eric could have asked to be invited to this stream, but he chose not to. Actually, he could have joined my stream right now. I was making a comment off of the bar, or off the bar. It's all right. Yeah, I didn't know if you were leaving or not. I think I can add you back if you want me to. But yeah. Actually, you know what? I'm going to check something real quick. I need to check a document page here. I have some documents already up that I'm going to be sharing with you guys probably in the near future if I can find time. But I'm just checking on something real quick because I have some stuff already done.
I'm curious. I mean, we know that Reinke is a studious pitcher, right? I mean, he is somebody who is a thinker. He's philosophically grounded, the way it has it. But we also know that Reinke kind of marches to be his own drum in many ways. I'm curious how the fit here would work with that in mind.
I'm just trying to see what I might have already planned.
One of the worst starters in baseball. Reinke is one of the best starters in baseball this year. If he did nothing to Zach Greinke, he would still be tremendous.
I could have swore I had more.
You wonder how
That's weird.
receptive he might be to their information. And I was told earlier today by somebody with the Astros that
that's bizarre.
Meeting with the data folks, with Brent Strom, and he said right away, I want to know everything.
Yeah, I could have swore I had more documents written down. Maybe I don't. Okay, that's my review for something. I already did. Okay, there's the other one. Okay. Yeah, two of the projects are kind of here in one of my writing things. Do-do. You're trying to join again? Is that what you're doing, Joan? Are you trying to join again? Oh, England's here. Cool, cool.
Going. Oh, we're doing the
Hello.
thing. How are you? Oh,
I'm good, man. How are you?
not peachy keen. Haven't really gotten the hold of this. Me and Venkman actually
Yeah.
to get this done
Oh.
a while back. You know, we tried this one out. Everybody's searching for a new way to do live streams now.
Yeah. I thought I'd test mine out here because I have at least I have a stream on Sunday.
Yeah. I'm canceled Thunderdome until I get a hold of all of this.
Yeah. Yay, England team's here. All right.
Okay, let's see if this will work here. All righty. And there we go. Now we got
Yeah, there he is.
there you go.
There's Old Man Comics.
Old Man Comics, big as life and ugly as ever. So what are we talking about today?
Oh, this was just a test. I'm just testing everything out, making sure everything works on my system and whatnot. Make sure everything's copacetic for
Okay.
Sunday. Because I'm hoping to have a special guest on Sunday if he gets back to me. But
Yeah.
we'll see. He hasn't gotten back to me yet today because I reached out to him. Hi,
I'm doing-
Maverick and Eclectic.
I am doing a video on a character called Marsupilami. It's a French comic book, so I'm sure this video is going to get a ton of views. But it was commissioned by a longtime viewer named Pope Size, and he said this, and I'm like, I don't know this character, and you know, supposedly I know everything about comics, so I'm thinking this is wild. And so I do research, and I find out I'm the only person who doesn't know about this guy. He's huge. He's huge. He's in video games, cartoons in the 90s, everything. So okay.
Wow. I've never heard of him either, so I must be I'm missing
Yeah,
the,
but we all-
the trending.
We all know that your finger is far from the pulse of I don't know.
Well, I still keep up with comic books and whatnot.
Yeah, well, no,
So-
actually, you know more about a lot of the stuff the kids are into today than I do. You know,
maybe. Probably not.
I'm that old guy who music stopped at 1993 when everybody stopped having fun and started staring at their shoes, and rappers weren't happy anymore. I was like, okay, I'm done. I'm done.
Yeah.
Music ended when Bon Jovi broke up. They never broke up. That's the joke on that one. So only old people know that. Also having a conversation with John C. McGinley.
John C. McKinley. Who's that? I'm not familiar with that name.
Oh, a fan club.
Oh. No. Joan, stop. Just stop. This is the first time I've seen Englentine in person. Yes, it probably
Really?
is. Well, I don't know if Eclectic watches your channel or not. I think he does.
Occasionally I will do I will actually do a drunk stream, and the face will be revealed.
Are you saying you're drunk now?
No, I am not. Actually, I'm just getting used to being on the camera because this is the way we have to live now. So I'm fine with that. When I did the drunk stream, I actually asked people, "Hey, which way would you prefer? Do you want the icon, or do you want the face reveal?" And people said, show the face. You're ugly. We understand. It'll get you. It'll deaden our hearts to the horrors of man. So okay, I understand that. I understand. Let me get over. Nightwolf plays. Zoop. Let me get over here so I can actually see some comments as well.
Yep, because right now it's just Jay making fun of you right now.
Well, considering he misspelled bitch, I guess I'm nobody's bitch. Okay, so now I'm noticing one of the big problems with StreamYard.
Yeah, what's that?
It's got a 12-second delay between what you're seeing and what you're saying. I mean,
Yeah.
just for example. Okay,
Right.
I just clapped. So yeah, we'll see how long it takes. That's see, there you go.
I noticed that there was a delay. I believe that Sporkman's Studios pointed that out in his video that there is like a 12-second delay between things, but that's for the audience more so than for us.
Well, yeah,
Right now we're working just fine.
Yeah, I'm looking at YouTube, but if I were on Stream Dog or StreamYard, then yeah, we're seeing each other in real time.
Yeah.
Englantina's too pretty for radio and too ugly for TV. That is just about it. That is it. Yeah.
And of course, you could always just read the chat off of YouTube, I guess, if you want to be on time with them.
Well, yeah, of course. That's actually something I've considered a big draw as far as my live streams are concerned. You could come on and be a part of the conversation, even if we disagree and you absolutely freaking hate my guts, which is most people. You're okay to jump on. It's yeah.
Well, that's what I was saying. It's like I'm a super villain now, so I'm okay with it.
Yeah. And now we're hated by both sides.
Yep, pretty much. We're hated by both sides because one, we didn't choose a side very much, and also we told them all, "Hey, shut up, grow up."
It's interesting. It is it's an interesting time, I think, for us OG people. And by the way, I love that we are the villains now. And well, them OG guys, they don't do the job right. No, actually, nobody talks like that, but you get what I'm saying.
Oh, I understand it completely. It's like considering like how many people. Well, let's see. The last stream I did, which was saying like, oh well, YouTube or Comicsgate is dead again. Probably for the 5th time. It's like it's a zombie that refuses to go down.
Yeah,
it's one of those Resident Evil bosses. It just keeps coming back. And I got at least 3 people through the entire stream who disliked it. None of them ever commented to explain their reasoning why or anything. I can't even remember. What did I title that? I think I titled it like Comicsgate served its purpose or something, or whatever the case may be.
It follows the same thing that a lot of movements after they do their job, they kind of lose focus. A lot of big things have done that as well. You know, for some reason, all I could think of is the NAACP, but Me Too movement, all of this. Okay, you might have had noble intentions when you started, but now you're way the freaking hell off. Comicsgate, Ethan likes to say that we didn't accomplish anything, but every damn legacy character now has their own identity and are in their own books. We got some of the worst ones canceled. And let's not forget that we created a movement that was so interesting and big that he figured he should co-opt it to make money. So it's. But after that, now instead of they did exactly what I even said. If you ignore Comicsgate will fall apart because there's nothing to fight. There's nothing to go after because especially this version of it, because they're drama. They're not about the comic books. They're drama. And if they cannot find drama, they'll create it. And instead of going after the people we used to, they go after each other. And
and maybe it was because my title was a bit more combative, but I don't say Comicsgate is not needed anymore. Let it end already.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Jonah's absolutely right about that. Look, Doug Ernst is going to be doing what Doug Ernst does. I'm going to be doing what I do. You're going to be doing what you do. No matter if we're under a hashtag or if we're by ourselves, we're still a community because we're a bunch of friends. And that's one of the best things that came out of this.
Yes, it is a community, despite what
I know we are
Yes,
literally on opposite ends of the country here.
Yeah.
You're in Oregon, and I am. Sorry if I freaking.
Oh
doxed
no,
you.
I've been doxxed. No.
Oh my God.
Could you?
Oh,
No,
next
everybody
I'm gonna
knows I'm
do
on
a
the West
face
Coast.
reveal on you.
Everybody knows I'm on the West Coast. Everyone knows I live in Oregon. This is
Yeah.
not new. Anybody who follows this channel knows. If they don't know by now, hi, welcome, greetings from Oregon.
Considering I do a another video channel where I'm at Disney World every other day, yeah, I'm in Florida, so we are literally on opposite ends. And I'm saying, if you ever come down, I think that would be absolutely awesome. I loved meeting Doug Ernst. By the way, there is a video on my Disney channel where me and Doug go out to dinner. We go to a place called STK, and then walk about some of the shops and everything, and just joking around and everything. It's good video. It was a good time. Good meeting him. I would love to meet all of you guys. Comics Division, Frugal, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, of course. I mean, Nerd Wonder said she's planning a con.
Oh, wouldn't that? Yeah, that's been in the works for a couple of years, but that would be awesome.
Yeah, and she was like asking for dates and whatnot of when people could come. It's like, well, that's a great thing, but I live all the way out here. I don't have money to afford a plane ticket to go to Texas. I would love to meet her in person, but
yeah,
it's like if any of you guys decide to, hey, we're gonna come bug Nightwolf in his local area, please let me know. I don't go to very many cons, but there are a few in the area, and if I ever have the money, I can go down to Portland. And I know many people would probably say, no, Portland? Oh God, no. Why would we want to go there? It's full of hobos. It's full of hobos and homeless people and Antifa. Why would we go there? Trust me, guys, it's not all there. But it is there.
That's all we see about. I mean, everybody talks about Florida Man, because you always hear about silly
Florida Man, the best meme that anyone could ask for.
Yeah, Portland has Antifa. You guys are just as freaking crazy, except for we do our crazy with gators. You guys are worse. You have Antifa.
Yeah. But they're in the main drag of like the Portland areas and whatnot, and they're not there all the time. Right. I mean, I haven't gone to a con for a year or so. I think my brother was talking about going to the Retro Gaming Expo, which is held in Portland, but I don't know if that's something he wants to do or not. Considering he's been getting into buying a lot of retro games and stuff, it's a possibility that he might do that.
We got Florida Man versus Hobo Man.
Yes, Florida Man versus Hobo Man.
I like Comic Friends going on with Jonah Arts up there.
Yeah, that was a real...
Ding, 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 ding. I think it'd be kind of funny because I've seen basically everybody. That even everybody who hides their face behind icons and everybody. I've seen everybody. And we are a group of friends by ideology. If this is such an eclectic group of people that if we actually show up, we would look like the worst part. Like we would look like the Breakfast Club grew up.
Yeah, probably.
Seriously, like there's nobody here who should be friends, and yet they are.
Yeah. Oh, you'll be here tomorrow, Eric? Make sure Mom has the tea ready. I'll be sure. I'll let her know.
People that hide their faces are pussies. Just saying. Well, no, damn. I think there's something in my eyelash or something, but there's like a phantom thing right under my glasses here. But no, that's not actually true.
Some people do it for legitimate reasons.
Actually, I did. I guess mine was a wimp reason. I started doing it because when I first started this, I hate the way I look on camera.
Yeah.
I was so uncomfortable with it. It just looked weird. I didn't care for it. It's so I figured, okay, I got to find an icon. I got to find something for this.
I mean, Frugal has legitimate reason why he avoids it.
Yeah. And then, of course, we were getting doxxed by people like Melissa Morg and all that kind of stuff. But what ended up happening is I invited Jack to be a part of my show, and we're doing live streams going, Aaron. And then on his Twitter, he's going, hey guys, here's a picture of me and my brother. We're at Disney. Well, okay. Yeah. That's out of the freaking bag now, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. How is Jack, by the way?
He's
aside from being crazy.
Yeah, that hair trigger temper is still there. He is
Of course.
he is at a Comic-Con right now. He met up with some sci-fi writers. Peter David's with him, actually.
Oh, cool.
But he met up with a friend of his, runs a publishing company, and
cool.
it's kind of like Image Comics, but for books. And Jack wrote a video, not a video game, but an actual like Dungeons and Dragons game. He wrote one of those, and it was huge and people loved it. And he wrote some sort of novelization of it. I know I'm getting the story a little bit wrong, but they invited him to the comic convention to kind of promote the fact that he's novelizing it. I don't know what that's a word, but
I think novelize is the appropriate word.
he's writing it out and everything. So he's at the Tampa Bay Comic Book Convention with my $300 camera, and I am very freaking nervous.
Just cross your fingers and hope that he takes good care of it.
Yeah, when I had that big video, I was like, okay, I've got to get a better camera for my Disney videos, and so I bought for it.
Yeah. Eclectic saying, I do wish that Micah Curtis, Douglas Sorensen, your boy Zach, and all the other comic skates that are creating their own comics meet their goals and succeed because comics need.
Absolutely.
Nothing wrong with that. Well, that's never been my complaint.
Yeah. Everybody should. I hope they all are successful. Same here. This goes back to every time you mention that you're not a big fan. The fact that the focus for Comicsgate got away from the customer, and now it's on the people who make comics. If you say that I have been accused of not wanting people to make money. It's never been the case. Never. Even what I think is funny. I'm sorry. I'm doing that thing again.
What's that?
Where I just talk too much.
That's fine with me. It lets me rest.
Okay.
I've been talking for over an hour anyway.
All righty. But I rewatched those debates last year. You know, when all this drama started, I rewatched them. And the first video that came out was from Unranked Chevron. He was the one that declared Comicsgate dead.
Yeah.
And I figured, okay, well, there's a lot of people with a lot of complaints. And, you know, like I said, anybody can come on my live stream. So what I did was I invited people on. You tell me, and I'll tell, you know, why do you think Comicsgate is dead?
Yep. I did something similar where I let a bunch of people air their grievances with Comicsgate too. So
six minutes in, and I said, I know some people are going to take this wrong, but I'm not saying I'm against people making money. And then 10 minutes in, I said, let me reiterate. I think anybody should have a chance to make their comic book and make a lot of money. And if you're trying to spin this into me saying not, you can F the F and F off. And then we're in the debate. And the first thing John Malin says to me is, well, you don't want people to make money. I'm like, oh my gosh, I would love to go back.
John, come on. You're better than that.
Joan Arts, we need to get Englantina a better headset so he doesn't stretch and stress his current one. Oh, yeah, this is a cheap ass $15 Walmart thing, and it already came apart.
No.
Yeah.
Should I send you one of mine? Should I point you in the direction of this one?
Dude, I am too poor to say no to shit like that. You know that, right?
Well, actually, the thing is I'm broke as shit, and I managed to.
Yeah, I know, right?
I can't remember how much I paid for. I think I paid like $65 for this.
Yeah, 15. I was just looking for something quick because it was right before a Thunderdome, and my headset just zonked right out. So I'm like, holy shit, gotta go. And so I grabbed the first one off the thing, and I didn't want to because if you grab something for $10 or $15, you just grab it and go. But if you're going 65, you want to research that shit. Make sure you get good. Yeah.
You also make sure it has a warranty.
Yeah.
This one had a warranty, so I knew it was good quality. So
yeah, that's what happened there. John, I guess, wow, I always call you Jay. Never even thought that there's a J after that. It's just Jay. Yeah. I guess his name's John, just like Malin. I have nothing wrong with John Malin. In all honesty, I'm not hanging out with that crew anymore. I'm not interested in what they're talking about.
Yeah, it's
That's-
because they're not really talking about anything. It's kind of the same kind of infinite cycle. SJW this, SJW that.
It's well,
Star
yeah.
Wars, Star Wars, Star Wars. Occasional comics, Captain Marvel. It's like it's old, it's tired, and it only has its appeal for as long as people are outraged about that certain thing.
Yeah. It's become a very weird ground now. Now, I still say that the particular group we're in are the customers, and you've got the big two, and okay, no, actually, but the big two and every independent comic book company right over here, and the IGG crowd over here that now calls themselves Comicsgate, and we're still in the middle. But this group in the middle has to be able to go and look at IGG and say, hey, you guys, you're breaking your freaking promises. You know, you're not on time, you're not doing this. But the thing is, hey, if you're okay with it, have at it, but you still have to be able to call them out. You still have to be able to, if they're yelling at you because you go, look, hey, you know, I asked for a refund and you called me a Nazi prick or something like that. You got to call them out the same way as you call everybody on this side out. So that's who we started off. That group in the middle has to be able to call out both sides. That's the way it has to be.
It's a necessity. You need to have both an even equal ground where people can you know, freely talk about their complaints and whatnot. And I complained because I was mentioning it earlier. I was talking about work. I was kind of talking about the work ethic of some of the creators, and I was mentioning how, you know, Doug TenNapel kind of took shots at Ethan for saying that, basically either saying he's lazy or saying that his workload or work ethic isn't the same as Doug's, because Doug is producing 320 pages of content. And how much is Ethan doing? 68, and he's over a year late. Whereas Doug has already produced one book with another on the way. And then we have other individuals like Timothy Lim, who's working a full-time job.
Timothy Lim is fucking Stephen King of the IGG crowd. Are you kidding me? He's like,
I know.
Oh no, he's the drawer. Page. I'm stuck. Okay, Page. You know, it's like
it's like these guys, and even John De La Rose, is like they're producing stuff and they're coming out on time, and they clearly have like all their scheduling and everything together so that they're able to do all that stuff. And they're also not on YouTube as much as others are.
Yeah. Oh, I had somebody once tell me that you know, Ethan didn't know the hurdles of what doing an IGG comic book would be.
That's bullcrap.
Like freaking hell. I'm sorry, but Twitter and YouTube aren't hurdles, they're distractions.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, let's
that's exactly what they are.
Let's be honest.
A distraction.
No,
I mean, the part with him promoting other people's work and whatnot, that would take up time, and doing it on a live stream is great for everybody who wants their books funded. Yeah. But at the same time, that's also cutting into Ethan's time. Even if he's doing it while they're on stream,
it wouldn't be bad if maybe from 9 to 5 he just worked on the book, and then afterwards you got the nighttime, do your YouTube thing.
Yeah, and who knows? That might be what he's doing for all we know.
If I could get a regular sleep schedule, that's my plan for the videos.
I remember when John demanded you defend him when Lee Claymore talking trash about him.
Oh yeah, that was the, that was actually the night of the very first comic book Thunderdome. John Malin wanted in, and we're like, okay, we're gonna postpone Thunderdome for a bit, and he comes on and just rails right into me. I mean, he just yells at me. I'm like, dude, I'm a freaking grown ass man. I was listening because I thought it was funny for a while, but then he just got a little bit too overzealous, and I like shut this down, okay? But yeah, he did expect me to defend him a little bit more when I had B. Claymore on. And the thing is, I don't know John's story, so I can't defend. I don't know what's right. I don't know what's wrong.
You're a grown man, John. You can defend yourself.
Well, at the time, my thinking was, okay, well, B. Claymore came on. I'll have John come on, and he can tell his story. And that's
Yeah.
what I thought was going to happen. But yeah, I can't. And in all honesty, though, but to be 100% clear about this, John actually apologized because he realized I didn't know what was
Yeah.
true and I didn't know what was false. I couldn't make a claim either way. And he apologized. And like I said, I'm cool with John. Yeah, no problem there.
Yeah.
It's just like I said, it's just I'm not into that crowd. It's not what I started this for. And congratulations with them. Do I have problems with the way it turned out? Yeah. Do I have problems with the fact that we've got a group of guys that are really just going after people on our side? I think, excuse me. I think that's I think that's really bad. But what you gonna do? We're not a part of that anymore.
No.
When I hear Comicsgate now, I don't think, oh, they're attacking my group. No, I just don't.
I either laugh at it, mock it, or if some of them are like going after people that I know, I'm like, shut the hell up, just stop. I mean, I had issues with like Edwin Boyette with some of the stuff that was going on with him and me and him, and I know Weaponized was in a discussion. Was during the Donny Cates situation when Comicsgate was trying to rope him into some nonsense, and Donny Cates pretty much just said, "No, shut up, leave me alone." and I had issues with Edwin for a while, and not on a personal level or anything, because he's a pretty chill and relaxed dude. So I was like, "What the heck? What's going on? Why are you not paying attention?"
I told Ed he could come on and we could talk about the whole Comicsgate history, the whole 9 yards. It's, he knows more about that side than I do. He does have to, in my opinion, I do have to ask him a couple of questions, because while right now he's going after people in the war campaign, there was for a while they were attacking other people, he was doing the same thing Ethan was. So
ignoring it.
Yeah, so apparently he
denying it.
had a change of heart. My only thing,
Well, I watched one of his streams. It was not long after that, and apparently it was the one that basically pissed off War Campaign. But from what I can understand, because he was in military service, his reasoning was that in order for him to genuinely care about something, it has to be consistent, because he doesn't share feelings like other people do, I guess. And it's like, because everybody reacts differently to things. I know people who, if you come to them with your woes and your worries, they're probably going to tell you, nope, don't care.
Oh,
not a big deal.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I'm a little bit sorry that we used to have an Edwin Boyer who would come on with that deep voice and everything, and that gorgeous mane of hair, and would just lay down some sort of smooth platitude of life, and it was just his thing. And now it seems like he seems very home shopping clubby, where it's like, we got to remember that we shouldn't fight, and we shouldn't do this, and we shouldn't do that, and don't forget this IG campaign is doing alrighty, Price is Right. It's just, and I would love to get back to conversational Edwin Boyer, where there's not a pitch at the end. Oh, by the way, don't forget to go on over to Ko-Fi and. Yeah. By the way, yes, that was a setup and a joke. By the way, Eclectic's asking how Zach is on his deadlines. From what I remember, he hated the fact that everything got pushed back.
Yeah,
he stopped Twitter and he stopped YouTube for a while so he could get his shit done.
Yeah, because what I remember was the problem was that it was with like the fulfillment and getting everything shipped out properly and getting everything printed. He was having trouble with the printers, with everything. And here's the thing: this was his first time or at least second time doing it.
Yeah.
So it was bound to happen. He's new to a lot of this, and I was on the stream with Frugal and Nerd Wonder talking to Adam Post, and he said that you could tell somebody how to do something like from point A to point B and have it all laid out for them. They still might get it wrong because something will get lost in communication. And he's like, you just have to be prepared for that. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? I agree, because even if, the fulfillment was right, shipping was right, all this other stuff, and the printing press was all locked in, he still could have ran into a problem.
Yeah.
Regardless, Ethan might run into similar problems when he has his book printed. We don't know.
I like you are so optimistic, saying when. Hoy.
What?
Now I had heard somebody say that I think he's trying to get this up to $1 million and then he's going to do it. Oh my goodness gracious.
At that point, people are ducking out.
I've
Trust
seen
me
a
on
lot
that.
of people wanting to back out of this one.
Yeah, they already are. There's been so many people who are sick of Ethan's crap that they're done and they just want to leave.
It
and
makes you wonder why he didn't just, okay, this is the first print. This will go to the people that first backed it. Second print goes and so forth and so on, you know?
Edwin is in chat. We could definitely hit some of that. I don't know
Hey.
what a Ko-Fi is, though.
How you doing, man? Thank you for taking that as the joke. I meant it too. I do get in trouble because I'll tell, like, to me, I've got this sense of humor. My wife once described it as I tell a joke, but I also am playing a joke on whoever's listening.
Aloha.
Like, it's up to you to wonder, I'll tell a joke and it's up to you to actually think, is this guy serious? So, yeah, that gets me in a lot of trouble a lot of times. And I've had people go from my live streams on over to other people. Oh my gosh, he's saying stuff about you. Oh, can you? And to me, it's out of my head already. It's just like in one, just like that. So, yeah, I get in trouble a lot.
Hey, Edwin, do you want to be invited and join us? We're just talking.
Yeah,
anyway.
by all means, jump on, Ed. Come on in.
I've just been testing stuff out because I've got, well, I hope I have guests. You know what? I should probably check my Twitter again just to see if he responded. Okay, let's find out. No. Of course, he's in a secret location.
Aren't we all?
No, this individual is in a secret location. I can't reveal what's going on. I'm trying to hype up the drama in a good way. I'm trying to build suspense. Is it working? Probably not. Because some people, if they follow me on Twitter, might already know who I'm talking to.
Oh,
Or at least one of them. They'll have a 50-50 shot. That's the thing. They'll have a 50-50 guess. But I'm not going to say who. They have to go follow me on Twitter. Oh, you're sitting in the car with the puppy. Might be challenging. Yeah, you're right, actually, because there is a delay with this system and whatnot. But you can try if you want. You're welcome to join. Puppy chat. Bring the doggo in. Yes. Dogs make everything better. Dogs and cats make life worth living. The Billy Mays of indie comics. Yeah. Hey, nothing wrong with that. Billy Mays here with an exciting offer. Come check this IGG.
Oh, by the way, on about Ed, I kept going. Edwin Boyer, man, he sounds like this actor I know. Nobody else knows him because, of course, I'm huge into movies and I know the old stuff and everything. But there was he started off as a cowboy actor and he ended up doing a lot of smaller roles when he got older. One of my favorite, he's in a movie called Something Wicked This Way Comes. But it's the voice that gets me, that really deep kind of Southern voice. Don't you live in Hawaii, man? Where'd you come from? But the guy's name is Royal Dano, and he was in about everything. And when I was watching a movie called Always, and he spoke up, I was like, "Holy shit, that's Edwin Boyer!" So I was like, "Oh man, I gotta compare the two."
And Jay is officially drunk now. Congrats.
Well, must be morning.
Yep, must be. Having that Irish coffee.
No, not Jason Robards. His name's Royal Dano. Google him or YouTube him so you could hear his voice. Ed, you got to, man. Seriously. This is the Billy Mays. you got to listen to this guy speak. He's just so you, man. Y'all both have that kind of low, like, I don't know. It's not like what was it, Shaft Low, whatever that guy's name was.
Yeah.
I can't think of his name. Yeah.
Oh, Well, that would explain the reason why Edwin's boy is so buttery smooth. It's because he grew up in New York and his dad managed a radio station. Makes sense now.
You go. You learn to speak. Yes. I was having a conversation with my wife about how when you hear somebody who's used to speaking live, they sound a little bit different than a lot of other people. And I told her it's because you learn to control the flow of your breath. So you cut off the nasal passages. That way all of the air is going straight forward.
Right.
And it helps you project, and you're speaking from the diaphragm and not just the throat. So so your voice might actually sound different even to you when you actually kind of relax and you're speaking in your normal voice. It's very, it's very technical. I guess you gotta be a part of the crowd to really know what you're talking about, but
I'm always loud, so
right.
That's actually kind of the funny thing is sometimes I can't control my pitch. Like I'm talking to like my mom or somebody else, and it's late at night, and like, well, in particular, like I'll talk to my mom late at night, and my brother will come in and he's like, "Could you stop talking so loud? I'm trying to go to bed because I got work in the morning." I'm like, "Sorry." It's like I don't know how to turn it off, guys. I sometimes can't.
Okay, I'm gonna turn this down until I get to where I'm supposed to be here.
Well,
I'm gonna try to find this guy's voice. But he plays Abraham Lincoln in a TV show called The Rifleman, starring Chuck Connors.
I remember. I don't know if I watched a whole lot of The Rifleman, but I am aware of it. I know.
Oh, this is one of the shows that would be on after school and everything.
That's a loose ball, but that's the gist of it.
Okay, hold on. Here he is. Whoops. Okay, he stopped speaking, of course, when I turned it up for a lightning storm. Let's see if I get it here.
That's what has to happen.
Okay, I missed it.
Darn it.
Yeah, that was him. You hear that voice? It sounds like freaking Edwin Boyer.
Yeah, it does kind of sound like him.
Yeah, that's Royal Dano. Awesome. Sorting out what was with that nonsense took forever, but there are valid criticisms there with the CG. Yeah, there are.
There always have been.
And yes, Anya, I was talking about Richard Roundtree. And it should be that everybody should be able to criticize anybody without any kind of I'm not saying without any, I guess, because obviously if they need to be able to respond back and everything. But if you're acting and reacting the way that we criticize the Marvel and DC for doing, then what's the difference? Then you shouldn't be hounding people. I got so many DMs from so many people saying that they're afraid of these guys. That's why I brought it up in the debate last year. And after a while, I was like, you know what? I'm not a part of that anymore.
Yeah.
And I don't see why you are either. I would tell people, why, if they are treating you like this, why are you even hanging around them?
Yeah. It's more or less some people aren't aware of what's going on, and even those that were aware might be okay with it.
Mm-hmm.
Because it depends. Because there's always different personalities and different ways that people behave. Like if you hang out with loud, obnoxious, irritating pains in the neck, and you're okay with that, and you even act like them eventually, that's what you're gonna get. You're gonna get a group of rowdy, irritating pains in your neck. That
we've hung around quite a bit, so I guess some of them. No.
Yeah, actually, I was being polite. Basically, I'm being way more polite than I normally am.
Do you want to invite Anglantine on the live stream? He'll take over. He'll take the freaking stream. You know that, right?
Yeah, that's true.
He never shuts up.
I'm more concerned about when Nerd Wonder comes in. or Dalton.
Nerd Wonder can quiet me down. She could definitely overpower me in a live stream. So that's something. And I've talked to Dalton, and Dalton, the only thing I told him was find your period. Not, of course, like girls, but he speaks in commas all the time, and
Yeah.
so he'll end a sentence where it's like you'll ask him, "What do you think about the Green Lantern?" Well, I think the Green Lantern is actually one of DC's weirdest heroes. I'm not a big fan because I like Magic a little bit better, but otherwise, I think the Green Lantern's fine. And you think it's okay to speak because I think it's in there.
Because he has this like pause, like right in the middle.
A period, not a comma there, So yeah, I've had that conversation with him.
Yeah, walk away from anyone who wants to treat you with fundamental decency or tries to control your speech. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we put each other down. Obviously, Dalton has, I'm Old Man Comics for a reason. That came from Jay because I'm old, and he tried to say Old Man Fat Fingers. That never stuck. But yeah, me and Jay put each other down, and we're friends. You and I, we've insulted each other, but it's all in good fun. It's ribbing. It's busting chops. If somebody's putting you down and making you feel bad for yourself, about yourself,
yeah,
it's time to go. Now, same with Weaponized Nerd Rage Comics Division. We've all busted each other's chops.
Yep, I've had my everything chopped pretty much at this point. I mean, this stream literally started with testing because it's just called a test stream, and immediately people making fun of me right off the bat. Chat just making fun of me for whatever reasons, and it's like, yeah, this is common.
For just a little bit, I would just have since they can only see your face, just go, oh.
No,
thanks. Good.
I'm good. They have more than enough ammo to mess.
The weird thing is, this is a 12-second. This is a 12-second delay, so the joke has come long before the visual is going to be there. So yeah. That's something I hope they fix as far as this is concerned.
It is a beta system, so they could improve it in the future. So
it's a soy system.
That was old last year. Come on. The soy boy thing is like that was last year's joke. Come on, let's make new jokes.
Maranya's calling you out, and this is something. Yeah, Knight, you need to come on Thunderdome. You need.
No.
Yeah. You cannot have that last performance be your last performance, dude.
I don't know, man.
Now that you've seen the game played, but here's the thing. Actually, I've kind of adjusted Thunderdome a little bit, where I will do a show based on what you like. So it makes it so even if I don't know what this, because I'm just playing host these days anyway. But even if I don't know what you're talking about, I want to make sure that everybody's comfortable with the questions they're getting, and that way, we don't get someone who is not able to answer or argue their point.
Right. It makes it more streamlined.
Yeah. Well, part of it made me think of. Your last because you were in season 1, and your arguments were, did I give up? So so that actually made me think, okay, I've got to steer these things into to the person that's playing. Like next week, we're going to have a friend of Pope Fire. She's into Conan, she's into Robert E. Howard books, and most of it is sword and sorcery kind of stuff that she's into. So she is going to go against Chef Jack because he's a big Robert Howard fan, and he's into sword and sorcery, Dungeons and Dragons, the whole 9 yards.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, I remember there was a Thunderdome. I think it was just some guy. I think it was Elijah, but I can't remember. But one of them was the best Power Ranger, and I know that on one of the streams that I did with Oz, Chris, and whatnot, and we were all like, "Really, guys?" There. If I remember correctly, it was Tommy versus Tommy, and I'm all like,
"It was white versus green or something like that."
No, guys. If we're gonna be talking about uniforms for Power Ranger characters, I could see the argument. But if you're talking Tommy as a character versus Tommy as a character,
I don't
It's
know
very
enough.
weird.
They know it doesn't count, so it doesn't. Edwin over here saying when we debated the pros, I said that was a bad idea. If CG is consumer-led movement, pros railing against superfans is a completely flawed perspective. Here's the thing, Ed. I was brought in under the precipice that we'd be. I don't think precipice is the right word. Under the illusion.
Precipice. Watch out.
I don't know where
300
that
is
came
coming.
from. It's like, wow, you just derailed into ignorance land. But anyway, I was under the illusion that we would be talking about the future of Comicsgate because we were the ones that spoke out and so forth and so on. That was like we were going to be talking about ideas. And
Yeah.
one question was asked, and like the first question is asked, and Ethan just rails on Unranked. I'm like, oh.
Oh, so that's what the conversation we're having.
I was almost like in the back of my mind, I remember I was thinking, yeah, this is Bloodsport. I wouldn't go on Bloodsport with Yellow Flash. I'm not going to do this. And Unranked, I recommend you not do this either. And I was going to click off. That was actually what I was thinking while he's railing. And then I thought, that would look really bad. That would just not come off so well. So I stayed there, and basically it was me and Nathan yelling at each other for 3 hours.
Nick Rekieta did not do a very good job moderating that stream then.
Sometimes he was okay. But towards the middle and end, and I did watch this recently, nobody, including John, got to finish a sentence.
Yeah.
Ethan would speak over us. And Nick would sometimes interrupt us, but he would never interrupt Ethan. Ethan was the only one that would be able to complete an entire thought in that particular thing.
Yeah. That's not how debate works.
No, it isn't. And okay, I got rubbed a little wrong because one time he was just going on and on and on, so I started whistling just to throw him off because everybody else got interrupted, and I was like, come on.
Yeah.
So yeah, I didn't do very well. It was really me and Ethan were dicks in that whole thing. I think John was all right in the end, and I think Unranked Chevron was okay. And I think me and Ethan really just were showing the worst of ourselves. I don't think all of our points were bad, but it was just we were being dicks to each other during that thing. Yeah.
Yes, Jay. I'm pretty positive that you could own Ethan in any form possible. Whether it would be if he wanted to get into a ring with you, yeah, that he's not gonna come out without scrapes and scars. And also you rock the mic, bro. So yeah.
I know Ethan's about in the same shape as I am. Is he the same age? I don't know how old.
I think he's younger than you are.
Yeah, well, most
He just looks older.
Yeah. I think it's unfair. I see you got Ed here or Gary over at Nerdrotic channel, and they're like older than I am, but they've got this smooth head of hair. Like, the freaking hell. Yeah.
Yeah, you lost the gene lottery.
Actually, I make jokes about it, but in all honesty, I was I had long hair for a long time during the 80s. And if I could go back and say, dude, it's so much better being bald, I would. Yeah. Except for in the 80s, that would have been a political statement and that not a good one because you had the skinheads. But yeah, I love getting out of the shower and I'm dry. I love it, man. Yeah. That's the secret there.
You met Ethan in person. Is it all an act? Did he act differently?
He was all right. We didn't have any trouble. I mean, but then again, that was before
that was before the debate.
It was weird because we talked a little bit, but we were both talking to the guy that was with him. The guy who was with him was a writer. I forget. He wrote I forgot what he wrote. Anyway, then we were talking about the YouTube channels, and I remember something. This is something that really stuck with me. He goes, "You can't make any money on YouTube talking about comic books. You got to talk about the drama. You got to talk about Star Wars. Star Wars is paying off great for me. I never did well with my art. I would teach people art, but I wasn't getting the views. And then I start.
That's because you gave up too easily.
And I started talking about Star Wars, and boom, and you know, so he was. Yeah, that kind of floored me. I was like, wow, okay, comic book artist saying he's abandoning talking about comic books. That got me. But no, he was a good guy. We had no problem at all. We stayed there. We talked to him for about 20 minutes. Then he had to go. He was going to another store for another signing and everything. Got him to, I actually bought a Rose Tico Funko Pop and got him to sign it. So, and yeah, he was with everything. And he signed what did he signed a trade paperback of mine from his Flash days. He did not Flash, but Impulse.
Yeah, I remember that.
Very nice. He was very cordial, very nice. This is before we had our fallout, though, so I don't know. I think the first time, if we meet each other again, I think that first time will be incredibly awkward.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it will be.
I'll bet it.
Yeah.
I know that if I saw him,
Edwin's actually younger than me. I'm going to use that as the excuse. Yeah, he's younger, all of 3 years. That makes a big difference. In 3 years, billiards and billiards. It's coming.
Don't say that. I don't want to see that.
No.
Ed, you know what? Edwin could be like my dad was. My dad had a full head of hair, and he was like in his mid-50s. He was like 55 or so before he passed away. So he could be like that, where, you know, he keeps his hair pretty much through most of his life until he probably gets to the point where, you know, you're really old.
Yeah. Edwin saying his hair went gray in the 20s. I actually started balding in the 20s.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I tried to keep a hold of it. I was that desperate. Oh my gosh. I never did the comb over, but I would do that because if I combed it back, sometimes it would actually look like it was there. And I would put on the hat, and it wasn't a mullet. It just was all around, you know, but wow. Yeah. You know what? Forget going back as a kid. When I started balding, I should have, just shave that shit. Shave it.
Yeah. Personally, his other stuff was better than his current one.
What current what?
I think Joan is referring to Ethan's work. Like his past work with like
Flash. Like his old Green Lantern stuff, his old Flash stuff. EVS. Actually, I think you would take him, Jay. Definitely physically, but yeah.
Debate wise, I don't even know if Ethan could handle it. He'd probably think you insulted him automatically just by being Ethan's.
The problem is, and if you do go watch, I know I'm living off of a year-old debate, but I don't really watch him now. But
no, I don't either.
But
I think like the last stream he did where he was talking about War Campaign and feeling betrayed and whatnot, that was the last time I watched that stream, and that was the first time in probably almost a year that I watched it.
Well, you could tell that he wasn't used to having somebody talk back to him, and I can only assume it would be worse 1 year later. Ed's saying his favorite thing he does is drawn and quartered, and I've heard good things about that. So, yeah. I think we've got a lot of really cool people that are coming up here with like Action Comics is finally getting some recognition. Nerdette's pretty cool. I love Pope Fire and her crew. She's just chugging right along. She's got a niche though, because she's mostly about Teen Titans.
Yeah,
she's a cutie, and her crew are a lot of fun. They're good kids. Occasionally I'll go on because I'm actually old enough to remember the books that they're talking about hitting the shelf. Yeah, a lot of good kids. I would recommend their channels and all. You're new, and everybody should subscribe to yours.
What, me?
I'm joking. Yeah,
I'm old. I'm over the hill. I'm outdated, guys. I'm obsolete. You got to be talking about Star Wars and Captain Marvel in order to be relevant in this crowd.
Yeah, just about.
And you notice that I never did that. I was like, I had my argument about Star Wars. I was like, okay, I'm done. Good. And now I'm seeing all the other channels that do nothing but complain about Star Wars. And I'm like, man, this is exhausting and tiring.
I don't care about the original trilogy as much as these people are complaining about the new one. Like,
Yeah, it's
you
like
don't care.
I love Star Wars, but this is ridiculous.
Somebody, I think Unranked Chevron brought it up, but this was my thoughts as well when I started hearing people railing about the gay casting on externals or the Eternals, excuse me.
Yeah.
Nobody gave a fuck about them. Don't act like you. That's like the Black Panther fans that came out of nowhere when Black Panther movie is. Nobody cares about the Eternals. Don't act like you do. I'm a guy that read everything, and yes, I read the Jack Kirby run of the Eternals, and it was meh. I'm not gonna act like it was the greatest book ever, and they're ruining the movie. Yeah.
I honestly don't care about the MCU. I mean, I watched Endgame, and that was pretty much it. Endgame. I have no desire or interest to watch anything else.
You're a heretic.
Huh?
I said heretic.
I know. I get that a lot.
Yeah. No, I've heard a lot of people say that, and that's absolutely cool. You know, I mean,
I mean, I considered watching Spider-Man Far From Home.
Yeah.
For like a hot minute, and then I remembered how much I hated Homecoming. I'm like, you know what? Never mind. Forget it. Forget I said anything. Nope. I would rather play Spider-Man on PS4.
I saw it, and I liked the fact that they showed me how Mysterio could work. Yeah, and that's one of the reasons why I liked watching BVS, because the Batman there showed how Batman can be Batman. And I like the Mysterio in Far From Home. They did okay with that.
I may watch it on Netflix when it comes out, but I wasn't going to see it in theaters, that's for sure. Because I have a job now, so I have money, but
just rub it in, why don't you?
Nah.
Hey,
well, it's
England team here. This is the way I'm trying to make a living. So if you don't mind, right on over to Patreon, drop $1 in the till, and this is the way I'm trying to make a living. And YouTube's going bend over.
Nah. Yep. I tried that for a while, and then I was like, okay, you know what? My family needs someone to actually provide a real job. So I was like, okay, family needs to help. More importantly,
if you look in this is the 7th time I have to rebuild my channel. If you look over ever since the beginning of 2017, you can see the end of 2016. I'm on a trajectory. It's up, then crash. And then, okay, I built up my audience again, up, and crash. Every time they change the algorithm. This time, though, it doesn't seem like I'm getting out of this hole. I'm actually on my new channel called Old Man Comics. That I'm going to start moving all of my comic book videos over here and letting I love comics. I'm going to change it to Anglantine or something like that. I don't know. And that's going to be where I talk about the drama stuff and the political stuff and what's going on in the world of comics rather than just the comic books themselves. And this is going to be about the comic books. And that's the plan anyway. Yeah.
That's an option.
Yeah,
I've considered splitting my content up, but I don't have time to manage one YouTube channel. What makes you think I want to manage more than one? Yeah, you see, you're managing 4, but now think about this. I have a part-time job. I have other obligations with family and other things I have to do, and I'm working on this channel. I don't have time. I barely have time to edit and make videos for this channel. It's splitting it up would be impossible.
It's tough running these. One time I showed everybody, I was live. I shared my camera. I said, this is all my channels. And it took, so you see all the windows open. There's actually, because it's more than just this. I've got, I Love Comics, obviously. Then I've got Patreon, Ko-Fi, the Disney Channel, Homegrown Tourist. And then I've got Extreme Movie Show. And now I've got Anglantine or Old Man Comics. So at any given week, I've got 6 to contend with. All day long, I'm making videos, or I'm setting up to make videos, or I'm researching. And I've made this joke before, but I actually am too busy running my comic book channel to read comics.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah, I mean, I have trouble reading comics too.
Mhm.
Well, I mean, I've been trying to get back into it. I've read a couple more recent Marvel comics, but
Yeah.
I found because I mentioned it in the last live stream. I at my local Walmart, I can buy some of like the 100-page giants for DC, and I could also pick up the 3-pack for Marvel. And I saw one of them that was called Spider-Man Symbiote, and it had Mysterio on the cover. Cover looked awesome. Peter David was the writer. I was like, let's check that
Yeah,
out.
I like Spider-Man Symbiote. That's actually a pretty decent story. It takes place after he came back from Secret Wars.
Yeah. So it's old school Spider-Man, and it actually is written relatively close to old school Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that, but then I also was given like Tony Stark #3 and one of the Spider-Geddon issues.
Somebody didn't like you very much.
Yeah,
Tony Stark Iron Man sucks.
I haven't read it yet.
It sucks. Suckity suck. I found out today that nobody gives a about Battle Angel Alita. That was something.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, somebody commissioned that video. I put it out. It was like after 2 hours, it was almost up to 100 views. I was like, oh, this is horrible. I mean, yeah, they choked the freaking hell out of my channel. Plus, nobody's interested in singing Alita Battle Angel. But it was a lot of fun. I liked reading the book. It was a commissioned video, so I got paid for it as if it did well. So I'm very happy with that. But
I'll have to check it out later. I haven't even gotten a chance to read Alita Battle Angel before. But
good, but it's very much like the book, or the book is very much like the movie, with a little difference. Excuse me.
Of course.
Yeah.
I can't buy the Walmart DC special because mine never had it and never ever had. Yeah.
Even a Caesar will bow down. Says Dave Fairclough. I can't even buy into that. But hail Caesar! Hail Caesar!
Yeah, please, for the love of
alt. Oh, just shut. Somebody said that in my comment section. They were like, "Hail England!" No,
just no.
No, just don't do that. Don't do that. No.
I am not your king. I'm not your savior. I'm not your lord.
Well, that's one of the reasons why I like the usual audience: Joan Arts, Maranya, Jay Fairclough, Eric Breen, Ed Brewer, Pope Size, everybody who really just who was always there watching the real comic book channels, not just the drama channels. They are they're thinkers. You know, if you're following along the way they do, where's your brain go? I can't. You know, if you're listening to, like, if everything. How can I say this and be nice? Okay, I'm going to go back to what I've been referring to. Last year during the debate, Unranked Chevron's video had a length of EVS's live stream in it where he's saying that we need to protect our money. We need to protect our money. We need to protect our money. And that's why Nurkic has to go.
Yeah.
And during the debate, he says, well, I wanted to protect my friends. I was like, you wanted to, I just said you wanted to protect your money. And I read the chat and they were just railing. No, you liar. He has a.
Yeah, he said it.
We literally have evidence, dumbass. You know. And,
Yep. Yeah. That's the sad part.
Yeah.
And I was mentioning it earlier in this stream before you jumped on about like him arguing and yelling with Doug TenNapel. It's like, well, when you ended up doing the same thing that people did to you, basically just using a different term, you called him transphobic, which is a buzzword. And well, I mean, there's legitimate people who might be transphobic, but you use that as an ad hominem attack to attack him. Isn't that the same thing that happened to you when people started calling you a Nazi?
Yeah, I remember when that happened. I did a couple of videos defending him. Omnitron is nicest for the week. Let me say politic then. I will be politic.
I also prefer Jones' response. I prefer Zeke Zeon. Yes. Considering this is partially a Gundam channel, that makes sense. It is in my bio on Twitter too. So it's like, yeah,
You
I
have a channel
know.
dedicated to that Korean guy with a song?
I know. It's strange, huh?
That's weird, man.
You know what's funny? If that was legitimately the case and I did it while that was a trend, this channel would probably be way larger than it is.
Yeah, I know. I got caught up in that. I was like, this dude is fucking weird. What else does he have? Nothing. Oh, okay.
Politics ruin the world and needs to be destroyed. Well, I don't entirely agree with that because some form of order needs to exist.
Politics because political correctness. Well, political correctness is not the same as politics.
Yeah.
I'm really, really tired of the drama, says Joan Arts.
You're not alone. The only reason why we talk about it is to bring it attention.
I would rather talk about it in live streams than do videos about it, tell you the truth. I'm loving what I'm doing right now. My channel now, I do an occasional news story that I'll cover, but most of it's been the comic book origins or the top 10 list. I've got another top 10 list coming out tomorrow. If you don't mind my plugging, it's going to be top 10 or 10 reasons the 2000s were better. You know, because I've been doing these comic books were better, where I talk about great comics in the past, and I realized I haven't done 2000s, so I've done that one. Why not?
Yeah.
And I've also got Luke Cage's or comic book origin tomorrow as well. So fun time. Yeah.
I admit my knowledge of politics comes from Star Trek and Gundam. Similarly to me, Omnitron. Similar to me. Real world politics, don't know a lot about it, don't care.
Hail Caesar, hail Pfeiffer, hail myself.
Yeah. How much is it to request a vid or pay for one England team?
$5 is usually what that is. If you want to do the first appearance and origin, $8. Yeah, because I will have to get the book. A lot of times I've already got it, but sometimes I might have to get the book, and that would take you a lot of time to break down. Although tonight I'm going to try to do something different with the marsupial thing. And then, of course, it'll be research and writing and so forth and so on. Although I was paid $20 to do the entire run of Sandman.
Wow. I wonder who did that.
Yeah, well, actually, God bless them. You know, my channel has hit a bit of a wall, so has a lot of people, since YouTube's been choking it off there and shadow banning. And Dalton says, I've always wanted to support your channel because I like your work, but I never have the money. So, and he says, it's my birthday. So if somebody, you know, for my birthday might want to commission a video. And he said it just like that. And boom, people here, let me get this. And I've got, what's her name? There's a DuckTales character called Magica Dispel. I'm going to be comic book origin on Constantine, of course. As a joke, somebody commissioned the worst Dr. Fate, Jared Stevens. And the big one was Fragminion commissioned a video, which is a really that good on Sandman. So I've got not just one book, but the entire run. So I'm going to go through everything to, is it really that good? Is it as good as we remember? Or are we? And that's the way I want to hit this video. Is it as good as, are we romanticizing it?
Yeah.
Really hold up, because sometimes we do that, you know?
Yeah. Someone asked who my state senator is. My response is always this: pre or post crisis.
Pre or post? Post. Yeah, the Neil Gaiman Sandman. I would love to do a comic book origin of Wesley Dodds. That would be incredible. I think that would be a lot of fun. I love doing the Golden Age because they tend to be silly and you can find more jokes in them and everything. Like Alita Battle Angel, I liked talking about it, and but more I talked about, this is what's different, because I come from the movie. I don't come from manga. This is literally first manga I read from one end of the story to the other. So I was very happy about that. but it was so good. There's not a lot of jokes to tell or anything, so it's more observations. But the Golden Age are so silly, you can have a little bit more of a sense of humor to it.
Yeah.
If I could get EVS inside of a boxing ring, I could make some right money from it. Probably from Super Chat.
Yeah, probably. And Super Chat only.
Oh, hail Cedar Hill Pfeiffer. Okay, that is a tagline from an old commercial about salad dressing. Yes, I am old. Just a touch older than I am, but just a touch.
Yep. It's just
Jay, I'm glad you got the name and not the face tattooed on your ass. That's the important part. Yeah. That would be weird.
that would definitely be bizarre. But that's all. It's your money, your decision.
It's your money in your ass, man.
Yep. If that's what you want to do, by all means.
Omnitron saying, "Can we admit Wesley Dodds needs a TV show?" Yes, I can admit that a lot. That would be really cool. So, what old fart would you get to play him? Somebody coming up. Wesley Dodds. He would have to be in his 50s, early 60s, maybe.
Yeah.
I've got an idea, but let me see how old he is. Let me look at IMDb here.
Keanu Reeves.
He's he's ageless.
I know.
Yeah, I don't think he'll.
Edwin Boyette.
Edwin Boyette, yeah. All right, let me see. I got it. Yep, because he'd be the right age. Because he would have to be in his 60s, right? 58, 68, 78, 88, 98, 2008, 2018. Kevin Bacon.
Yeah.
I would guess Kevin Bacon is Wesley Dodds. I think because he is about 60 years old right now. So yeah. Wow. I know the man looks. He does not look 60 years old either.
No, he does not.
Yeah,
he looks good for his age. Of course, there's a lot of actors that do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I think he would be fine as him because he's older, but he's still in shape. Yeah. And I would definitely want him modern day old. But I don't know why I'm going here instead of like putting it in the 1940s with all that. Or maybe back and forth, like you have two people playing him. You have a younger actor and an older actor playing both people from a different time, and you could get a superhero in his prime plus a superhero that's almost in retiring age.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fun fact, says Omnitron, the Wesley Dodds Sandman was determined to be the most realistic, barring the future dreams superhero.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, you know what? He's I like the character. So yeah, that would be a lot of fun. I really would.
Yeah, suit with a gas mask. It's pretty basic, pretty simple. Sometimes that's all you need.
Alrighty.
What was I thinking?
I have no idea. I can't read my wife's mind. I'm not going to try to read yours.
Nah, please don't. I was just trying to think of something else to talk about. Oh yeah, because some of the people who are in the chat, like Maranya and whatnot, they were talking about not being able to get their hands on these 100 page giants for DC Comics.
The Walmart things.
Yeah. I with my last paycheck, guys, I actually did buy a couple, and I will be doing a giveaway once I figure out how to do that properly.
There you go. I know that they're now reprinting the stories, like Tom King's Superman is one of them. I did a review of that, and then Brian Michael Bendis's Batman is now being reprinted. It's Batman Universe or something like that. So, yeah. Hey, do me a favor. Are you hearing out of the mic or are you hearing out of the camera?
I'm hearing out of the microphone.
Okay, so this is what you're hearing?
Yeah, that's a lot louder there than it is.
Cool. That means I can turn on my air conditioning.
Yep, go for it. Or Scarlet Spider with the hoodie. Scarlet Spider is a cool costume. I like that costume. I don't know why, but
yeah,
it's weird to put him in a hoodie. Wolf gives away free books. Yeah, sure.
If Bacon ages, that would be nasty. Jake Fairclough, EVS versus the King. Let's make it happen.
Nah.
EVS versus Jay Fairclough in a boxing match to prove that EVS. What?
To prove that EVS is truly as good as he claims to be.
At art? Here, I'll prove to you I can draw a punch. That doesn't fit. That doesn't fit, man. I don't know.
Or to prove that he's not soy.
I guess that's just weird. I think it's funny when you hear people threaten over the well, I'm gonna come to your house, bitch. You're in Wyoming. All right, you're not.
You really gonna spend money? You're really gonna spend money to travel all the way down here just to punch me in my face?
It's it's ridiculous. It really is. Although I do know of a couple of people who are in Orlando. I get some messages. Hey, are you going to the parks now? I don't know if I should say yes.
Yeah, maybe not.
Well, if it's somebody who's been like a viewer for a long time, that's okay. I could see that. Why not? Let's meet up, and it'll be kind of cool. But if it's like somebody I don't know you. I don't know if I want that to happen. But yeah. Tim Lim was kind of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he was down here with Doug, had a good time. Although he was a little bit rushed. There's a couple of different ways to go to the parks.
Yeah.
I'm more, since I've been here forever, I'm more of a just kind of enjoy, go at a slow pace, enjoy the atmosphere.
Yeah.
Tim Lim is a get to this attraction, get to that attraction, get to that. Yeah. I impressed Tim Lim with my ability to skip lines and get into the fast pass lines without actually having the fast passes and all that kind of stuff. I know things. Yeah.
I still say EVS would beat any of us at a pie eating contest. Probably
So. I'm for as fat as I am. It's not because I eat a lot. It's because I don't work out.
Yep.
I used to work out. I don't work out anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. Tim seems to be a very busy person.
Mm-hmm. Good guy though. I liked him. I met him, his brother, and his wife, and his brother's just way too cool.
Darn it.
He has an eidetic memory. Eidetic.
Oh, yeah. Eidetic memory.
Yeah. So he really is just cool to talk to. And like I said, I had fun talking with Doug. A whole different layer was peeled off. But it was kind of funny because there is a line in the video I made with him where we're talking about the difference in each other's personalities, and then we talked about our spouses, and we realized, holy shit, we married each other. Because apparently, his wife is a little bit, I wouldn't say wild, but she's kind of fearless in the way she acts and talks to people, much like myself. And my wife, Gail, is very reserved, and that's Doug. And, he laughed when I said that. He goes, I don't like that getting out. But so I decided, that's got to be said on a video. But it was a lot of fun. He's a good guy.
Yeah. I have fun talking to Doug, and hoping to get to talk to Tim. And when darn it.
He was a little bit shorter than I thought. And I told him this because if you see the way Doug, when he's doing his videos, either leaning in or he's kind of back, and he looks tall. And I met him, and he's just a little bit shorter than I was. And I was like, I did not expect that. That's because
he does look pretty tall when he's in video. He has good framing of his camera to make himself look more imposing. It's basically the Arnold Schwarzenegger effect. He positions the camera just the right size to make himself look bigger.
A little bit under, gets the upshot. Yeah. I would only assume, like I heard Rich's DNC, he's a big guy, so I think that would be kind of funny. bigger than I look like on thing, but I'm not as fat. Like I've noticed the camera does really add pounds.
Yeah.
And I'm a guy who calls myself fat, so I'm okay with
Yeah.
it.
But if EVS is smart enough, he would step in the ring with a bare knuckle boxing champ, gold glove, and a legit world champ.
That would be I would pay $1 to see that.
Yep.
Yeah,
I'd pay you 10. Wait, no, better yet, I'll pay him the amount of what his Indiegogo book is worth. What, $25? 10 plus shipping, $35.
Is that it now? $25 for the new variant cover that they're putting
I
out?
have no idea. I could look it up out of my sheer curiosity.
Would you though? I have no curiosity of that. In all honesty, that's the one I'm just not interested.
Well, I am slightly curious.
I want to get Doug's book. I did get one of Timothy's. I got the Trump Space Force.
Yeah.
I got that one. And that one was pretty fun. It was really silly, and it's meant to be silly. You know, it's one of those things where there's no pretense to this book. And I had a good time with it because of that. I did a review on it, and man, did I get railed for it. A lot of people were like, oh, this is just propaganda bullshit, and I thought you were cool and you're a Nazi. Okay, bye.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's $25 plus $10 shipping, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Just out of my curiosity.
For $35, that's a good hardcover from one of the big two.
Yeah.
I'm good with that. I'm good.
I mean, I bought Doug's book. Yeah. I backed that. I've backed a few others that I thought looked good, and we'll see what happens.
Did you see the Just Some Guy in England teen comic?
Oh, I saw that cover. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. So I did this on my Patreon page.
Yeah.
Okay, after I saw that cover, I was like, holy crap, I've got something here. So the premise is JSG wants to be a superhero, and I'm one of the guys he talked into going up to Chicago and doing the superhero thing. Now, this world we're living in is not a world of superheroes. It's just like modern day, where we do have people who dress up and go out like they do, but it's not successful, you know, and everybody's looked at, you know, they're crazy people, and so forth and so on. So my character, the England team character, is a bit miffed that he left a tropical climate to go up there. So he's, you know, always kind of snarky and everything. And I said, I've got this one scene in my head where we go into a bar and we're talking about, we went on patrol and how I'm just kind of disappointed that we weren't able to stop any crime. And whenever we tried, we failed, that kind of thing. And, well, we go into the bar, some guys notice because we're in costume, but my costume, the way they drew it, of course, is just like a black shirt and jeans, while he's in full-on JSG garb.
Yeah.
So, of course, they start making fun, and JSG, being who he is, fires back at him, and then he leans in. You got my back, right? You got my back. And now my whole thing is that, you know, my character then, of course, looks at him and says, of course, I fully support you morally. And he goes, cool. Wait, what? As he's pulled off out of and then, of course, we see we see my character just finishing his drink, and you go, yo, E, you gonna help out? And he's you see JSG fighting all these guys. E, and I'm over, doing good, buddy. I'm right there with you. Gotcha, man. And then, like, in the third page, you see JSG. He's standing over all the defeated foes, and he just walks up to my character, leans in, and goes, "You're a dick." And I said, "That's the first 3 pages of our comic. That's the first 3 pages of England Teen and JSG."
That's cool. That's awesome. Is that like a fan project or?
No, it doesn't even exist. This guy just drew that comic, and I thought,
oh, that means it was a fan project.
Yeah, I guess
means he likes you guys.
Yes, that guy just wrote it, and I thought, wow, that would be. And then I thought of those. That's the way our comic book opens, because it would open, and you would get all the information from our conversation as we're going to the bar. and the guys are going up. So now you get an idea of who we are, so you can understand what the fights, who we are during this first fight. A lot of times, comic books these days, and the writers, even for the big two, just throw you into an action scene and you don't give a shit who people are.
Right.
But this way you get a little bit of who we are, where we come from. You get the idea that I'm, both of us are a bit smart ass, but I'm a bit more cynical towards the world than he is. Which in all honesty, I think is opposite in is real life. But he sounds more happy, but I actually think I'm more positive than him sometimes.
Yeah.
I thought that, wow, that would really work. And then of course we exit the bar and go about our business. And I haven't figured out, but I thought, okay, so I got the first 3 pages written. What's next? But I don't know if JSG would actually go for it, because I'm sure he's got a lockdown on his character. Yeah.
Okay. Apparently Dylan O'Connor wants to talk about this. Complaining about comics that aren't so good and still buy them. Hypocrite much?
No, not at all. Not at all. The whole thing is, I know myself, I am a comic book critic. I love doing the comic book origins, the whole 9 yards, but I'm also a comic book critic. So I don't just buy the books I don't like. I buy everything. So if
you might find something you like.
Yeah, and a bad book might actually turn around. I bought Doctor Strange being written by Mark Waid. The first 12 or 13 issues blew and sucked. But all of a sudden he hits his stride. He's got this Galactus story going on, and it's really cool. So yeah, no, not at all. If a book's bad, we have to be able to say it's bad. If a book's good, you have to be able to say it's good. That's what being a critic is.
Yeah.
Now,
yeah.
And some are going to be bad, which, it's just fun to point out, and it's fun to poke fun of. Yeah, so no, not hypocrite at all.
No.
A hypocrite would be if I say you shouldn't buy from the big two, and then I still do. That's a hypocrite.
Yeah. That would be the big difference.
Yeah, well, that's what a hypocrite is. Someone who tells you one thing, but that does another.
Yeah, like Ethan.
Yikes.
He says, hey, don't start fights. Don't cause trouble. Be good to each other. What does he do? He's terrible to people. He's basically that one parent who says, do what I say, not as I do.
Yeah.
Which is terrible.
Dylan O'Connor saying comic book critic, and I thought being a gaming journalist, it was. I've never met a gaming journalist, so I don't know if they're sad or happy or whatever.
Depressed, probably, more than anything.
Well, maybe.
Considering the articles that they write, they're barely journalists.
Considering they have to Zoe Quinn, I would say they're probably depressed. Yeah.
And this person's complaining about us being jealous of Ethan. Why would we be jealous of Ethan?
Who's jealous?
Who? Why would we be jealous? We're critiquing his behavior.
Ethan has given more work to people than you could ever do. Okay, congratulations.
Good for you.
Does that make it wrong on what we're saying? Here's a question then, because you mentioned sad.
Yeah.
We have literally said nothing about Dylan O'Connor. And you came on and you want to, if you want, I'd say invite him into the stream. But here you are. You've decided that you're going to spend your time fighting with us because we have a different opinion than you, but you're coming off like you're mad because we have a different opinion than you. Now, here's the thing. You can go right on ahead and still like Ethan Van Sciver, and I've said I don't have a problem with him. I just don't hang out with him. You could go right on ahead and you could enjoy everything that he's ever done for you.
Yeah.
Go on ahead. Nobody's stopping you.
And no one's mad about his success.
Or
either.
you could stay here and you can act like, oh my gosh, you really hurt my feelings about talking about somebody who's not me.
Go ahead, clutch your pearls.
Yeah. Hey, look, if you wanted to come off and you came on, you flat out tried to insult me. You can't do that, dude. You cannot insult me. I don't know who you are. It won't work. If you want to be funny, that would be awesome. I actually sometimes open my channel up to people insulting me. Just come up with something funny. But you didn't say, well, I disagree with you and this is why. You came up trying to fight, and you're not going to work. It's not going to work here.
Nope. You're not going to get the fight you want.
Both Wolf and myself have been doing YouTube for 3 friggin' years. We've heard everything. So yeah, man, nobody's saying, look, if you like Ethan Van Sciver's live stream, go have at it. Nobody gives a shit.
Go to his stream if he's live, or go to his videos. Watch his stuff.
Yeah, or come on and talk to us.
Life is too short to be complaining to us. If you would prefer to be on Ethan's channel, why are you here?
Man,
That's my question. Why are you here if you would rather be on Ethan's channel? You came to my home.
ask
My little
Ethan if he'll
corner.
let you on so you can talk to him.
Yeah.
Or come on this one. I well, of course, I'm inviting people onto your show, but you know what I'm saying. Just
Yeah.
come on to one of my live streams and talk. I
Yeah,
think he's gone by now. But
probably.
yeah, that's one thing I've told many people. You cannot insult me. Don't. Oh, here he is. Nope, just getting tired of so-called OG comics. You don't know any OG comics, Dylan.
Comicsgate.
Dude, we did not turn our backs on Comicsgate. It's just not about the customers anymore.
Yep.
And it's not Comicsgate anymore. It's CG Tour. It's all caps. That was announced last year.
Yeah. It's not about us anymore.
And if they want to service people who are customers that don't, that used to be Comicsgate or whatever, then by all means, let them do it.
I'll back a comic book by somebody if I think it's good.
Now, I'm just tired of the infighting, which apparently you want to up the ante on right now. So it's up to you, man. But why don't you come on and talk to us rather than do this from the comment section?
Yeah. The funny thing is him talking about us being irrelevant. Here's the funny thing. I became irrelevant when my channel stopped producing content for like 6 or 7 months because I lost my computer.
Oh,
Okay. So that torpedoed this channel. You really think I give a crap about being irrelevant? I was irrelevant months ago. Come back when you have something that actually matters. I'm more annoyed by the loss of principles. Thank you, Dalton. Yes.
Maranya is pointing out that the OG movement was to get change in the big two, not say burn down the big two. The whole point of making your own books or making books that would appeal to the Comicsgate crowd was to have another market for them, was to have someplace else for them to go. But what happened was, instead of, oh, well, we're a new market for Comicsgate, they said, we're a new market called Comicsgate. And people started focusing, instead of on the comic book customers, they started focusing on EVS and other creators.
Yeah.
Now, that's not, you want to make it like, oh, wow, you're wrong because he got a lot of people a lot of money. Hey, congratulations. Yeah, no, we're still not wrong.
No, we're not. The movement changed, and that was the reason why a lot of people left. It wasn't about what they wanted.
A lot of the infighting chased a hell of a lot of people away. But
yeah, and the infighting didn't start with War Campaign. It started long before then.
Well, it started in OG as well. I mean, as much as I respect Captain Cummings, he and I barely saw eye to eye.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's not like, and I remember when my brother said something about DNC, and for some reason DNC got mad at me. So yeah, there's been this kind of thing going all the way through, but we always kept the core. We always kept the core ideals. And all of you need to face the fact that you're not needed anymore. Yeah, we are.
We're still needed, just not by Comicsgate.
No, Comicsgate pros aren't doing anything different, Dylan.
Yeah,
they're on
the same.
They're on Indiegogo. Indiegogo's been around forever. And if you really pay attention, Comicsgate's put themselves in a bubble. Just a few days ago, and I saved this because I did want to talk about it on my channel. Just a few days ago, Gail Simone put out a tweet that really hit. It really struck a chord.
Yeah.
Because Gail Simone used to always go on and talk about CG and, oh, CG's evil, blah, 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 yada, yada. But she sent this tweet here that says, I haven't been keeping up with Comicsgate, and I went down the rabbit hole for a small bit last night. Good Lord, what a train wreck. They hate each other more than they hate us now. Now, a lot of people, of course, focused on the fact that she called CG a train wreck. That's not the important part. The important part is she says, I haven't been paying attention.
In other words, she went and focused on her work.
This is one person who was like daily all over Comicsgate.
Yeah.
Somebody who was really paying attention. But the thing is nobody is anymore, because all Comicsgate does is fight amongst themselves. And that's changed a lot of people. That has changed a lot of a lot of things going on with Comicsgate. Comicsgate has created a bubble for themselves. They're buying each other's books. Awesome. And occasionally they're bringing new people in. Awesome. That's, that's really cool.
Yeah.
But it's their own bubble and nobody's really paying attention anymore.
Yeah, that was one of my biggest contentions with a lot of people, is this whole thing of the whole CG crowd. It's like, this is your market. This little bubble that's in a niche within another niche is what you're marketing to.
Oh,
You're not going to make any headway or progress. I mean, it's a good starting point. It's like if I wrote a book, the first thing I would do is probably share it with friends or share it with people close to me.
Now, Dylan, in my opinion, you are more important than anybody who makes a comic book for CG. If you do make a comic book, by all means, congratulations. I just pitched one. And if I could convince JSG that it would make for a lot of fun, of course, I'll do it. But what you need to understand is, as the customer, you are the most important person in any of the transactions you're doing. You are the most important person in what they quote unquote call Comicsgate 2 or all caps now, no matter what anybody says, because they need your money more than you need their art. They need your money more than they need anything else.
Yep.
And that was what OG Comicsgate was from the very beginning, before we were even called that. Okay.
Learn your history, Dylan.
Oh my God, LOL, you people are getting trolled by War Campaign. You people are more pathetic than NPCs taking, you literally said nothing. Instead of actually commenting on something that was said, you're making shit up so you can make an argument. And that's weak, Dylan. If you want to comment on something that we've said, by all means, join the crowd, join the conversation. If not, sorry, dude, you're weak. Your Kung Fu is weak.
You have failed.
Yeah. Do you have a Twitter or something? We could send you the link.
I'm not bringing him in.
Okay.
If that's the type of argument he's going to bring against me on my channel,
that's not even an argument.
Yeah.
But
his arguments are pathetic. I have no time for that type of nonsense. I'm not going to drag it into this channel. He can keep complaining in chat.
If I'm doing a live stream, you can come on my live stream sometime. We'll chat. I've talked to a lot of people who disagreed with me. As a matter of fact, I've talked to the War Campaign.
Yeah.
I've invited every member of the War Campaign on, and we had a good conversation. So all of this, oh my God, you get trolled by the blah, blah, blah. Dylan, you have no fucking clue about the history of this place. You have no fucking clue what you're talking about, judging by what you just said there.
Yeah. Unless you have an actual comment to make, feel free.
Okay, now if you want to say one more thing or something, go right on ahead, because I am also getting tired.
Yeah.
Let's do my man Runny Bum when I ask. Jay Fairclough saying he's waiting for him to say something. Echo chamber, isn't that what you're forming? No, not at all. And first of all, you are really taking a lot of stuff way too personal.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jonah, there is a 12-second delay on everything.
Yeah, that's
it's not an echo chamber. You want an echo chamber? Go on over to all caps. Go on over to Comicsgate with everybody just repeating. Actually, you're repeating what they're saying as well.
That's another thing, Dylan. Think about it this way. What happens to anybody who goes against Ethan or anybody in Comicsgate? What happens?
Well, I got a clue. You do exactly what Dylan's been doing.
Well, no, I'm talking about people like us who got pushed out, or I didn't get pushed out. I just said, all right. Yeah.
No.
Well, think about like all the creators that got called that decided to leave or decided to, step away, like Timothy Lim or anybody. What happened to them? They weren't part of the echo chamber anymore. What happened?
Yeah.
They got attacked. They got attacked by War Campaign and by others.
Well, that didn't really happen with me. I got attacked during the live stream, but after I did the thing where I invited the War Campaign, and I talked for 5.5 hours to people who disagreed with me.
Yeah.
And after that, no problem. I have had no problem. Well, no, that's not true. I did get a message that the War Campaign gave my information to Renfamous and said I was saying shit about her, but I haven't seen any evidence about that, so that's hearsay.
Yeah.
But I did hear that happened. But once again, until I get evidence that happened, I can't trust it.
Yeah. I the whole entire thing with CG now, it's more of an echo chamber now than it ever was before.
That is true, but it's also more about
professional comic book artist. Is he? He doesn't act very professional.
Well, here's something to think about. You call me just some guy on the internet. No, it's just some guy as a black dude. He's from Chicago. But what I'll tell you this much: in the last 6 months, I have put out exactly the same amount of comic books as Ethan Van Sciver.
By themselves, mind you, not by a publishing house.
So there you go.
Yeah. And I don't know. It's one of those really ridiculous types of situations where people aren't willing to.
You're saying, who am I? Ethan is a professional comic book artist. I'm some internet guy. I'm the dude that Ethan started his YouTube career off on.
Yeah.
That is
a lot of us
absolutely true. He appeared in my live streams before anybody else's. Before he had his own channel, the first place he appeared with Comicsgate was on my live stream. I know you're trying to hurt, but you cannot hurt, Dylan. It's a lot better for you to just have a conversation.
Yeah.
You will fail every time.
I think he was asking who Jay is. I don't think you want to know who Jay is.
Oh, he's talking about Jay. Oh, okay. Yeah. Jay's a fucking boxing champion.
Yeah. What have you done with your life, Dylan?
And check out how many followers Jay has on in Twitter before you go asking who are you.
Yeah. Seriously. Yeah. The fact that someone who has a Twitter following and who is completely polar opposite of both me and Englentine, who comes over here and hangs out with us, we must be doing something to entertain the man.
Yep.
Jay versus Dylan. Winner takes a ham home.
So, Dylan, you're more than welcome to come on over to my live stream. I love comics. Anytime if you want to chat, it's okay. You're not doing anything, dude, and you're not doing yourself any favors. What is this? Keep putting your head in the sand as your beloved comic book industry is crumbling. I'll be on the side where the success is. So will I.
When we see success.
But hey, the thing is and here it is, Dylan. I can only assume that you have to be like 13, 14 years old, because that's the only way you're taking all of this personally. I cannot imagine that you're an adult with self-esteem so low that when somebody says something about something you don't like, you do this. So here's the thing, Dylan. Come on over to my channel. I Love Comics. I'll do a live stream. You can come on and we'll talk it out. Okay, but otherwise, in all honesty, you shouldn't take this shit so personally. I have to get going, Wolf.
Yeah, go ahead. I was going to make a point to Dylan in particular. It's like, if you've been around my channel long enough, you know I do not put my head in the sand about what has happened to the comic book industry.
I got to get going.
Yeah, you go ahead. I'm going to address him myself. I've been here from the very beginning, and I had made it a personal issue with what happened to comic books. I've been here. I've complained about it. I've talked about it ad nauseum, might I add. I left mainstream comics. I didn't go to Indiegogo to get the replacements. I went to manga. more than anything because I don't have money to spend, or I didn't have money at the time to spend on independent creators. Yeah, bar is Censor Wolf. Yeah, I've been here complaining about comic books and talking about the issues within the industry longer probably than you have. So shut up. Get out of my stream if that's the case. With some buds laughing at the OG Comics game and how two-faced they are. I didn't betray anybody. I didn't backstab anybody. I've never done that. Get the hell out. Seriously. Go back to your Caesar and go stab him in the back. I'm not going to take an accusation of me stabbing anybody in the back lightly. I didn't turn my back on anybody. I didn't stab anybody in the back. Prove it. Show it. Why? Because I diss Ethan? That's why? I had to take issue with Ethan and his behavior, much like I did with Dan Slott, with Mark Wade, Nick Spencer, Gary Conway, Chelsea Kane. Go through my channel. Seriously, go through it. Watch all the videos that involve comic books. Go ahead. I'm going to treat people the same way, no matter who they are. Doesn't matter if they're within Comicsgate or outside of it. If you're a dick, I'm going to call you out on it. I sound like an SJW. Did I ask for my chat to ban you? No, I didn't. I'm saying I didn't stab anybody in the back. Ask anybody. Ask any members of Comicsgate. Ask Douglas Ernst. Ask Cummings. Ask Yellow Flash or anybody. Yeah, go ahead. Even ask Yellow Flash. I didn't stab him in the back. More or less, he just talked shit to me. And I've never been friends with him. Go ask anybody. I didn't betray anyone. I didn't stab anybody in the back. That's what Ethan's crowd has been doing. You're a joke. Clean your house. Much like what we said about Marvel. I know he's not part of Comicsgate anymore, but he was there from the beginning. He was the one who was stabbed in the back. Mindy Wheeler was stabbed in the back. Tim, Nurkish. They were the ones who were stabbed in the back. I never did that. I would never do that. Oh, if only did that in games as Friendly Fire was on and not off. Yep. You see, because I'm an exceedingly friendly person. I can talk to anybody. I may not like Ethan very much currently, but I had a high opinion of him. I even defended Ethan multiple times. Go back. When that pizza place was attacked, I did a video on it. I talked about it. I stood up for him when people called him a Nazi. Just like what I'm doing when he goes after Doug DeNaples and calls him transphobic. I'm doing the same thing. Hasn't changed. The only thing that's changed is I no longer wave the CG banner. It's the only difference. I'm here for comic books. I didn't want to kick Yellow Flash out. At least I don't remember saying I wanted him to kick him out. I said I disagreed with his arguments. And even if I did say I wanted to kick him out, it was because I was frustrated. If I ever did. I don't know if I ever did. I just don't like the way he functions and operates on his channel. And he made plenty of mistakes for me to warrant that type of behavior. Especially when he went after me and England team personally. I have my reasons to call him out on it. Didn't stab him in the back. I told him exactly how I felt about him. He may not like it. That's fine. He doesn't like me, I don't like him. I can live with that, if that's the case. Yeah, and yeah, Miranya's pointed out. He was promoting a blacklist I never did that. No one else did that. He did that. He was gatekeeping. That is gatekeeping right there.
We climbed into the low 90s earlier this afternoon. So warm day overall with plenty of sunshine. That sunshine is going to stick around as we go through the day tomorrow. So we will talk about.
We don't care about authority or people. We're too busy dealing with issues. No doubt about that, Dalton.
3 children were busted out of a steaming hot car in Hillsborough today.
Frustrated.
All happened at a Target
Is that what we're calling it now?
West Evergreen
What?
Parkway.
People aren't allowed to be angry?
The kids
Dylan?
ages 1, 3, and 9 were left inside.
I've had my fair share of complaints with people.
Shopping. The woman told
And I am getting a little bit frustrated right now,
police
which is fine.
say some kind of
But I'm going to
malfunction
keep my
caused the
composure
AC to stop working.
as best I
The car
possibly
also
can.
smoked.
And like I said,
The mom couldn't get into
I
the
was
house.
frustrated at Yellow Flash. I'm not going to deny that.
Helped to break the car
I
window
mocked him.
and get the kids
I do
out.
that a lot, actually, on social media.
The mom is now being
I have a slightly sarcastic sense of humor. It happens. I feel like I scared him off.
And as temperatures in the summer rise fast, car safety advocacy groups are hoping to bring attention and change
If I did want him out,
car deaths. For Fox 12 Tonight,
that was me.
reports.
Whatever. I don't care.
Heartbreak at the wake for the twins who died of heat
I don't remember ever saying I wanted to kick him out. At least not that I'm aware of.
Juan Rodriguez, the father of
My memory isn't the best,
drawing support
you know.
from family and friends as they
Look,
gather to mourn the loss of his
Oh,
daughter.
I've said I've had issues with Yellow Flash for a long time. Okay? This is not news. Everybody is aware of this. Anybody who's not aware of this is very new. Major complaints. He's not a comic book channel anymore. And he's not an anime channel or a news channel for that matter. He's a drama channel. I call him as I see it.
Jackson is pleading with the Bronx District Attorney's Office, which is looking into the case to dismiss the charges. We believe that
I said the same thing to Yellow Flash when he was calling me out. I don't care if he calls me out. He can call me out all he wants. Go right ahead. I don't give a rat's ass. You want to know what the funny thing is? Is like all my streams are public. The stream where I called him out on his BS, public. Where's his stream where he calls me out? Or Englandy? Most of his streams. Gone. They're not on YouTube because he deleted most of them. What does that say?
As temperatures in the summer rise, car safety advocacy groups hope to bring attention
Yeah.
to hot car deaths.
Dalton is absolutely right.
In the House introducing the Hot Cars Act in 2019. The Hot
We don't
Cars
care
Act
about
requires
him.
new
It's his
vehicles
ideas we
to
dislike.
keep alerting
And that's
us.
fine. We can disagree on that stuff.
In New York,
Is England back?
Fox News. The 8 o'clock news is just getting started.
Are you back again, old man?
Yeah, I just had to go get the laundry out of the thing.
Oh.
And do you know what I did? And this is complete an old man thing. I
Mhm.
put the second load into the washing machine and walked away. Never turned it on. That is an old man thing. Yeah. So what are we talking about?
I don't know. Dylan's still, he's complaining about me calling Yellow Flash calling me out. And I honestly don't care. Yes, I called him out. I called him out at least twice for
Yeah.
stupid behavior and stupid nonsense. Because much like some of the other people, I have always been of the belief of fighting smarter, not harder, and picking your battles carefully.
Shit, did you ever hear Yellow Flash do the drunk stream that he did with me? That was some funny shit.
Oh, I'm sure it was a laugh riot.
It was actually. It was
It
pretty
was?
funny. Yeah.
Oh.
No, it really was. He was funny.
Glad
I
that
thought-
you had fun.
Cecil was funnier, but I found out that Yellow Flash was drunk. But yeah, Cecil was on there. So was Tug, and I don't know if Edwin was on that as well. Yeah,
Oh, cool.
but he railed, man. He went off for a while, and then there was a bit of we made up. You know, it's cool. It happens. But yeah, he did a drunk stream about me that was fucking hilarious. But at least he was funny. That's what I'm saying. You can't really insult, so you have to,
Yeah.
come on, be funny.
Joan is making a fair argument, Dylan. You're just not listening.
What's he saying? If you had
Someone damaging and yelling in your home, would you kick them out? Yes. The answer is always yes.
Yeah.
You don't allow somebody in your home just to insult you and throw stuff around. You don't. You ask them to leave politely.
Yep.
And if you
The
can't do that,
ideals
you call the cops.
Maranya saying the ideals of OG Comics Gate was any pro was eligible to be criticized for bad behavior. Big Two or IGG, nobody is immune to be criticized, including EVS. Yes, exactly.
Mhm.
Anybody's okay, and you shouldn't take it personally. Look, if I like a comic book that you don't, and I do, I'm sure I like a lot of comics that other people don't. I do reviews all the time. I hear it all the time. I get comments on it all the time. It doesn't mean that your opinion is invalid. You can have your opinion. We can have our opinion.
Yep.
That's fine. You don't have to feel so hurt, Dylan. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah. You're defending somebody who doesn't need you to defend him.
You're smart enough. You're good enough. And gosh darn it, people like you.
I certainly hope so.
That's like Guy Smiley or something like that on Saturday Night Live. No, Guy Smiley was the Sesame Street dude from the 70s. So there you go. But I don't know.
Childish arguments. Try speaking without fallacies first. Dalton. Thanks, man. He's right.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, and it's not like I'm immune to criticism either. If you don't like the fact that I called out Ethan, if you have a counter argument for the reasons why I should like Ethan, maybe. Aside from the obvious one of, him supporting smaller creators and helping them get their books out, which I've never had an issue with.
Nobody has an issue with that.
No. I don't know anyone who legitimately has an issue.
As a matter of fact, didn't I bring this up when I first got on?
Probably.
Yes, I did. I brought it up that people always say that crap, and you can even listen to the thing where I said, I don't care, make your money. And you remember what I said I told people to do? Yeah, go on ahead and listen to the debate, man. You're new, and it sounds like you're really, 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 really young.
Yeah, probably.
Honesty. Yeah.
For all lurking Comics Gate, yeah, Hail War campaign.
For
Go
all
right ahead.
for all lurking. Are you trying to say LARPing?
Whatever.
Oh, okay.
Even a Caesar will bow down to a king. Bedtime.
I like the way Dalton's making fun of him.
Well,
He's
Dalton.
Yeah, Dalton can make fun of people in a way they don't realize it.
Yep. No kidding.
I feel like I should be mad at you, but I don't understand. What are you saying?
My big criticism to Wolf is he needs to practice on putting on his beauty makeup. Same for the old man. Fair? Fair? Okay, I'll take that criticism.
No, I'm old school. I'm old school. I'm A-okay with the way I look. Well, actually, no, I do want to lose weight, but
Don't we all?
Yeah. Actually, I'm going to because apparently this is the future here with the camera on.
Yep.
Oh, why not? I figure actually that should make for something.
Yep.
That and I'm now showing people I don't know how to fold clothes properly.
Of next week. So tonight I think we're back into the low 60s in Portland, 60 tonight. The overnight low in Salem.
I don't follow outrage. I fight against outrage, Dylan.
Yeah, we're not part of the outrage crew. That's why we left the CG thing when it became all about the drama.
Yep. We don't care about that.
Yep. I don't give a fuck what a cosplayer says.
No.
Oh my gosh, look, that cosplayer said something. I better go after them for 4 or 5 months. No, it's a cosplayer. Leave it be. Why are you letting a cosplayer get you angry? Oh, because it gets me clicks. No, it's okay.
And I'm with Maranya. That stream was not a debate. That was an ambush.
Well, the Rikita debate.
Yeah. I think it was more or less of an ambush than anything because it just allowed Ethan to free range to just go in on you and unranked for no reason whatsoever.
Well, I still won.
And thank you, sounds good. And we do have
Hmm.
a traffic alert.
Well, you can take the win if you want.
Oh yeah, I do. You know, I do. I think that we both came off as dicks, though.
Yeah, that could be a fair assessment.
Yeah. But when you're sitting there and you're telling your own customers that they don't matter, it's never a good look. It's never a good look. Yeah.
Everybody did videos on Captain Marvel. Well, with me being the exception. Because he's a comic book channel and he talks about movies and comic books. So
Yeah.
of course he was going to talk about Brie Larson.
Yeah, I talked about Brie Larson, but Brie Larson was relevant.
Yeah.
You're putting two things together that aren't the same.
Yeah.
A random cosplayer. It's like me if I made a video about Dylan Connor. He came onto a live stream and he said this. So
Who cares?
it doesn't pass the so what test.
Yeah.
Dylan Connor insulted me. So fucking what? This cosplay over here insulted me. So fucking what? Brie
We
Larson
ma-
is going to be the Captain Marvel in the movies for the next 10 years? That's news.
Delays are expected to reach 30 to 45 minutes on all lines.
Has anyone figured out how to stream without the camera? No, not yet.
Yeah, actually, you can turn off the camera right down here.
Yeah. That's an option, Dalton. You could just keep the camera off. You just won't have like your typical
Yeah.
icon. You'll look like that.
That's the whole thing. Can we do it without the icon? If we can put our icon in it, it'd be a lot better. With the
Yeah.
camera, you know who's talking.
Yeah.
I mean, probably by now you guys know our voices anyway.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
We were talking about comics.
What
You'd
are
have to discuss the situation with Unranked more than me.
What
that was
talking about?
Oh, he's talking about that you guys were pushed aside.
Oh, I don't even
From the
think he
video.
knows. I don't think he knows what he's talking about. He's from his descriptions. He's very new.
Um,
He is very fucking new.
Yeah. Hold on, Dalton. Where's Dalton? Dalton.
Anyway.
Dalton's in here somewhere.
Dylan, go on over to my live stream next, and I'll invite you on, and you can have a conversation.
If that's what you want to do. Although I don't know if it'll be a productive one, but hey, you never know.
Well, I invited a couple SJWs on to debate me, and one of them was constructive, the other one wasn't. And
Yeah.
then I remember what were those drunk stream guys? You remember them?
Oh, the Drunk Comic Podcast. Yeah.
Are they completely gone now?
I don't know.
Because that's another group I just don't hear about anymore.
Yeah, I remember like Cummings, myself, and others had run-ins with them before. We even had one of them. We had their main member.
Yeah, they were on my live stream.
No, they were on mine.
They were on your. Well, I had one on mine as well. He got really drunk and was waving a glow stick around. It was really weird. But what you gonna do?
I'm getting shades of More. Oh, Melissa Mord. Oh yeah.
Melissa who? Oh, Melissa Mord. Yeah.
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 Since the Howler Mouse days. If you've been here for that long,
Then you're trolling. He's trolling. If
Yep.
he's been here that long, all of this is just a troll. So yeah, which is pretty good. I mean, this is the second time I've got fished into something.
Yeah.
In the last couple of days, because that means you're either lying to yourself or you're a troll. And I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt and say you're trolling, which is all right. Occasionally, somebody falls for it.
Yep. If we fell for it, we fell for it.
Uh-huh.
You know, good on you.
That happened with what was that? That girl. She's a fake.
Yeah, she's a fake like feminist.
Yeah, I fell for it completely.
Yeah, I saw that. Like everyone's like, dude, you got played.
That's all right. It happens.
Yep. That's kind of the whole thing with like the internet and whatnot. Sometimes you get caught with your pants down.
It's the second time I did. I got busted on the drunk stream guys sent a bot they actually had like a response bot of some sorts, and I got into an argument with it.
Oh
was
yeah,
the
I
only-
remember that. That was
Yeah, that was the
hilarious.
only other time I ever got busted on that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
that was kind of funny. Man, I am absolutely 100% not doing my work right now.
Oh, you're not trolling? Comicsgate has improved?
No, it hasn't.
No, because everything has its issues. Everything has
Yeah.
a problem.
It's been breaking
Whether it's-
down.
Whether it's mainstream, well, I was going to broaden the horizon.
Oh, go on
basically,
ahead.
because not only is Comicsgate have its fair share of issues, and mainstream comics has its issues. Mainstream comics, can't sell books to save their life half the time, if not all the time, and the CG crowd is only interested in their little audiences that they've made for themselves more than anything. And now there's constant battling and infighting. So basically, the only people who are losing, actually, there's no winners in this. Absolutely none. The only people who are winning are those that are getting your money. And the losers are basically the consumers and everybody else who's getting to watch this all unfold. Nobody's winning this fight, this battle, whatever you want to call it, for better comic books. Actually, no, there is one person who's winning. His name's Peter Samedi. He's the only
Yeah,
one who's
let's
winning.
give props to Peter, definitely.
Yeah.
I don't like all the books that I've read from there, but at least he's putting out some quality books, and at least they're at a decent price. But here's the thing. I'm more apt to try new books from him than I am anybody else because of the price.
Yeah.
Yeah. England teen, I'll go there to start the Old Man Talks About.
Talks about insert argument.
Yeah.
Or talks
Well,
about insert thing.
The live streams are going to be on I Love Comics because, of course, they're monetized. But here they're not. I need to raise the sub count and the watch time on this channel as quick as possible. So,
Is there, Dylan? I have a question for you. If you're legitimately not trolling us, I have a legitimate question. Is there anything wrong with somebody wanting to support both? What if there's a comic book that you really like that's being written right now? It's not SJW. It's just a standard comic book that you're
Hawkman.
enjoying.
I mean, guy with Mason wings.
Yeah, Hawkman. Or like, what if it's, Aquaman written by Dan Abnett? What if you like that? But also at the same time, you want to pick up an Indiegogo book like Cyberfrog. Who cares? You're supporting the books that you consider to be good. Because there's going to be good comic books and there's going to be shit comic books. This is just the reality. Sometimes Marvel sucks, sometimes DC sucks, sometimes Indiegogo comic books suck. There's a possibility that could happen.
Yeah, it already happened. Yes.
Yeah. From what I could see, like, what was that first book that Diversity in Comics put out? What was it called? Iron Sights?
Iron Heights or Iron Sights or something like that.
Yeah, it was called Iron Sights. The cover was good, but the inside looked really, really poor in quality. That's just my personal opinion. I didn't buy the book, but I did see it, and I was like,
I wasn't a fan of Lone Star by Mark Millar, which is kind of disappointing because I love his work on Injustice. So that was one of the books I was excited about.
Yeah.
So when I read it, I was like, oh man, I could blow holes in it, but I haven't because of the fact that I am such a big fan. I actually held back on that because people asked me to do a bad comic beatdown on it, but I guess
Comicsgate has become a licensed brand, not improved. The Skeptic Crew, which is what old Comicsgate really is about, will always be around and will always be needed with pros who disrespect the fans. Yes. I sent the link, Dalton. It should be on your Twitter. At least it should be. Do I have to send the link again? At least it should be. Hold on a second. Let me maybe. Invite.
We'll talk about loving.
Okay, I sent it again, Dalton. Tell me if it works for you. I left the hobby because years back I was called a racist and all right.
The thing is IGG puts labels on people as well.
Yep.
I mean, what you're talking about is you won't follow people who, or at least what it seems like you're talking about is you won't follow people who put those labels on you, but you're okay with people who put labels on other people so long as you agree with those labels. But you're fine if somebody's attacking. Now, we've seen people get attacked from both sides of the aisle, and some of them were not as warranted, nor were they accurate. Here's the thing: I don't like I don't like the way they talk, and I don't like the way they act. I have to review the stuff on the page, but point being, that's where it really where it really stands, and you got to be able to point out both sides when they do it.
Yep.
And I'm starting to really get where you're coming from, Dylan, because I've seen this. Oh, well, the OGs suck because if you're going to get a hold of a movement, you got to get rid of everybody who was the old guard, so to speak. So you have to put them down. And you probably have been hearing so many bad things about us for a long, long time now, just so it's easier to talk poorly about anybody who wants to criticize. Oh, you're a critic? That's the saddest thing I've ever heard. Really? Why? Why is it bad for somebody to tell you that a book that you like or dislike is good or bad?
This is the ironic thing about the professional critic set. Even they have forgotten that the original purpose of critics was to hold art to a logical, coherent standard.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing. This is exactly what's happening. Because I have seen it, I've read it, I've heard it. YouTube critics are horrible people. We're not really contributing. We never did, which is dumb as fuck. Then why did you jump into this particular group? But yeah, it's made so, one, it gives him a stronger hold on the group for people who will buy into it mindlessly, and two, it says that everybody who says anything bad about me does not count. And I said this about Obama, and I'll say this about Ethan because I've heard him say this. It's one thing for a leader not to want the press to say something bad about them. It's another for them to do something about it.
Also, Dylan, we didn't say that you put the label on us.
The fuck is he talking about?
Well, he said, I'm not putting a label on you. I'm just being dead honest with all of you. No, yeah, he's not.
You're lying to yourself, therefore you're lying to us.
Mhm.
Well, okay, no, I'll grant him that he genuinely believes what he's saying. The problem is he's being logically incoherent while he's saying it. Therefore, none of his points have the validity of coherence.
See, I'm going to say no, because in order to say what he's saying, he has to ignore what he's criticizing about us coming from the IGG side.
You want to know what's kind of interesting, Dylan? I'm going to direct this to you. If it wasn't for us, if it wasn't for Cummings, here's the thing. If it wasn't for Cummings, Diversity in Comics would not be here. If it wasn't for us, Englentine, myself, Cummings, DNC wouldn't have been able to make Jawbreakers. That's just how it is. He needed the support and the rallying of everybody.
Here's the big...
And the same goes for Ethan. Ethan wouldn't be here without us either.
And
we helped him. More times than we care to count.
And here's a real big thing of all of this, and it's getting boring in all honesty. This conversation's boring me at this point. The thing is we're on the same side, Dylan.
Yeah.
We're the customers. We're the consumers. We are on the same side. You're just saying you're mad because we don't exactly like somebody that you like as much as you like it, and that's pretty fucking pathetic. That's sad. That is very
Yeah.
sad because we didn't say anything about you. We said something about somebody else, and we didn't even say anything that bad. And you
Yeah,
took it personal.
Dylan,
You took
here's
it personal. That's
here's
sad.
here's the thing, Dylan, and this is why I kept bringing up logical consistency and shit with you, because you're not being logically consistent. You're not arguing an argument at all. You're arguing a person and the validity of that person and the validity of a discourse rather than the actual content of that discourse. You're doing it. And I know this is a cliche, but you're doing exactly what the SJWs do. The SJWs base everything around the authority of identity. You're just singling out individuals and basing the authority of concepts and shit on that, rather than the actual ironclad logical laws of the universe.
I don't like Riri Williams. Well, you're a racist. Wait, what? I said I don't like Riri Williams. Well, why don't you like it? Oh, because the writing is bad. The art isn't really good. I don't think she's written as a real character. So you don't like black people. You're a racist.
Yeah.
That's what you're doing.
You don't get to determine irrelevance just by asserting it. You actually have to explain why you think that, and if at all possible, be logically consistent and don't stream 1,001 logical fallacies together if at all possible. Dylan.
Yeah. Keep in mind, Dylan, you're on my channel complaining about us.
And that you're not relevant, but he has to come here to have a voice.
Yep, in order to just tell us that we are irrelevant. Interesting.
Because
I
we
found that an interesting discussion.
have given him a voice now for about 20 minutes, 30 minutes. So
Yep.
Yeah, carry on calling me irrelevant. I will get to you later. Right now, though, I have shit to do and things to think about.
Yeah.
So bye.
Plus, yeah, okay, yeah, you can go right on saying that I'm irrelevant, and then I'm going to go over and I'm going to do a live stream on my channel where people who don't think that way are going to be listening, and they'll be talking to me whether they agree or disagree. And yes, I'm going to make some money off of it, and that's how irrelevant I'm going to be.
Did wanting to kick War Campaign out? We're just calling out War Campaign for its bad behavior.
Who said anything about wanting to kick them out? Are you serious?
I don't like them.
We can say they're not good for the movement.
Hold on just a second. Let me get that. Are you fucking deaf? Are you fucking stupid? Are you retarded? Because right now you're coming off as fucking retarded. When this first fucking started, I told you I did a goddamn 5.5 hour live stream where I talked to them. Kick them out? Are you fucking nuts? Get some fucking balls, you dumbass. Jesus fucking. We're done. We're done.
See,
done.
here's one of my final things on the matter, Dylan. You can disagree that a person is good for a thing without wanting to remove them from a thing. It is very interesting, however. It is very interesting, however, that you automatically jump to, if I disagree with this person or find them invalid, that means they shouldn't be allowed to speak. I wonder what that says about you, Dylan, not us, because you automatically, you conflated those things in your mind.
That's exactly what the other side does. That's exactly what the leftists do. Well, I can't make an argument. Therefore, I have to make something up to argue.
To be fair, it's not even the left. I've made this argument before. It's libertarian versus authoritarian. It's
authoritarian. Yeah. Point being, it's a bullshit way to be. Okay, we're done.
Yeah. Well, I was planning on closing out the stream anyway. So. This particular conversation is going nowhere. It's going.
It's boring. It's boring. It's circular now. It's it's not fun anyway.
As fun as it would be to pick at every single logical fallacy he ejaculates in the next. So 20
anyway,
minutes,
yeah, I mean, it's just boot him.
Well, I'm not gonna boot him.
No.
Oh,
because
oh, so he is
that-
War Campaign. He is a member of the War Campaign because
I
he's
honestly don't care.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, it's
You
almost as though
are-
we have a principled stance on free speech or something. Herder.
You're free to disagree with me all you want, but I don't have to like it.
Well, I'm used to people disagreeing. It's fine.
Yeah, people
Yeah,
disagree with me all the time. And I
No
don't
problem. No problem.
Zeke Zion.
Zeke Xeon. Alrighty. So yeah, I'm a-okay. If you want to shut down, I'll probably start one up on my channel. Apparently, I'm doing Marsupilami later.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, for those of you who did join, who enjoyed us chatting and whatnot, and appreciated the test stream, which didn't have a title to begin with. I don't even know if I will change it. Caesar saved Confiscate. Oh, please. He's not Caesar. And if he was Caesar, history is repeating itself right now as Caesar is getting stabbed in the back.
And also, while we're here, Caesar led to the death of the Roman Empire. The election of emperors, right?
Yeah.
The giving of authority to a single person above an entire system and a group of values ruined that empire. It was what started the collapse of Rome. So enjoy your Caesar metaphor, but
It's
I'm
very
afraid
apt.
that
Mhm.
I'm
become
I'm
very
afraid that
irrelevant.
I'm gonna have to be the soothsayer in this instance, which I'm very comfortable with, and tell you the Ides of March are a coming, bitch.
Yeah, and that's the kind of funny thing is I think I mentioned it in my last stream because I was reading up on Roman history and what caused the fall of Rome. In particularly Caesar's royal guards, because they would constantly assassinate the Caesar for 75 plus years. Where it's like, you know what, we like this guy. Let's prop him up and put him on a pedestal and make him our king. But we don't like him anymore. Let's stab him and kill him, poison him, do whatever. And then bring a new one in that we like better.
The only worthwhile emperor in the Roman Empire was Marcus Aurelius, and it was because he wasn't interested in authority. He was more interested in sitting in a room writing books and doing philosophy all day. He was basically Plato's philosopher king made flesh for a bit.
Yep. Anyway, guys, that's it. We're gonna stop now. I hope everybody has a good day, and we'll see you later.
Shows that it alerts the homeowner that someone's at the door. Now, he was able to watch the whole thing happen.